Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know what stream will ride. This is episode 476, and we're here to recap our really wonderful night.
Oh my God, we have so much to talk about.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for being here. And if you are watching on demand, thank you for watching. If you are watching on YouTube or Kick, welcome. And yeah,
Oriole's out.
Oh, he ran?
Immediately, yeah.
What's up with that? How does he know? He's been there for like the past hour.
I think he's just annoyed by our voices.
Oh God, he hates our voices.
Yeah. Kitty-san, thank you for 25 months subbed with us. Wait, where? And Shelly, too shy for you, 38 months. Holy McMoly.
Yeah.
Shelly, thank you. Also, Priest by Name followed us 3 days. Welcome. Listen, we're starting off the night strong. The hype train is just one action away from starting.
It is. Carabadger said, what is the temperature in the room? Probably because I'm wearing two things and you're wearing half a thing. And we do have a lot to celebrate. True, I think you were going to say that and I cut you off. Is that what you were going to say?
We have a lot to discuss. There are so many things to talk about. Yeah.
Heidi, only once, actually. The question Heidi asked is, how many times did you tell your face story? Only once.
No, I talked to Carla about it, but Carla knows because she follows me. But then the person who I was sitting next to at our table, I was telling him this story.
I was too busy schmoozing it up with the guy from The Tonight Show.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Talking about blowjobs.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, what else?
Yeah.
Literally, that's like elevator conversation.
Yeah, standard and uncooked dogs. Or uncooked hot dogs, I should say.
Buckle up, folks.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. So all of that to say is if we did reach a shot tonight, it would be even more legendary for our storytelling abilities. And that is one thing away. Sub, gift, or use bits now to start a hype train is what Twitch said. So yes, Carabadger, last night looked amazing. Thanks again, everyone, for being here to listen to our nonsense and whatever stories we have to share. I did make a list.
Is my hat crooked?
Just your face.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Shelly. It's getting there. It is getting there.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ra, thank you for 18 months. Ra started the hype train tonight. Thank you, Ra.
Thank you. Sorry, there's like an Eloise fuzz in my eye. I took a nap with her earlier, and it's like I can't get it out. I have 18 stories on my list. Now, some of these are just really, I guess, throwaway, but at the same time, we could probably spend 45 minutes on them. So the question is, are we going to get through all of them, or are we?
Can we start a poll?
Yes, and what will the poll entail?
Oh, Shelly, thank you for 21 legendary legend bits. How many? Maybe give ranges like 1 to 5.
Will we get through our how many?
1 to 5, like
how many stories? But I feel like if we, I don't know. Once this happens, I'm going to be in my mind like we gotta move.
Yeah.
How many stories will
maybe
we get
just
through?
You ask.
Will we get through all of our 18 stories tonight? Question mark. Yes. No.
Ra, thank you for 300 legendary legend bits.
All right, we've also got a poll going. There's a lot happening. We have a poll going and we have a hype train going. So maybe this was a bad time to do the hype train thing or to do the poll thing. But anyway, the question is, will we get through all 18 of our poll? Oh, you know what?
Sam said there should be a hell no.
I should have done that. I actually need to take my earring off because I switched it for this Pride one. And it's got quite a backing on it, if you can see.
Oh, hey, Lena.
Do you see the backing on it? And so, like, it rips into my ear when I wear these headphones. So
that's fine, but those types of stories need to go today because, like, we don't have time for.
What is that kind of story?
Your ear backing story.
Well, if I'm taking my ear off on stream, people need to know why.
There is an agenda tonight. We have stories to tell. We got home today at maybe like 1 o'clock, but then all of a sudden it was like, wow, we're tired because yesterday was a whirlwind and we fell asleep. I fell asleep for like 2 hours.
Yeah, me too. As long as you fell asleep. And then at one point, about an hour in, I got up and walked in and slept with Eloise in the bedroom for like another hour. I was like, I think I'm up. And then nope, I was out. My body was like, no, thanks. It's not even like we really walked that much last night.
No, I think it's just all the excitement and like the endorphins and like all of the overstimulation of the event. It sucks the life out of you. And I was just tired.
It was like adrenaline, endorphins, excitement, joy. And like at one point, you're sort of
JJG.
The night kind of flies by, even though it's really like a 4-hour event, and it's suddenly like over.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what happened? And like, I'm glad we stayed in the city last night because we had a chance to kind of like sort of decompress and like walk through what we did. But like, it really, I mean, I still don't think I fully.
Yeah. Look, we went into the city yesterday. I took a half day, so we went into the city.
Me too. Like I took a half day for that too.
1 o'clock, I think we left, and we got into the city, and we just started doing our little thing. We'll start with that, and then
is this one of the stories? How many pre-stories are there? Sam said, "Is this one of the stories?" And Shorpam said, "Is how many pre-stories?" Heidi said, "Cool, get to the story." I cannot. And who said that about adrenaline? Because I think that's true that it can tire you out.
I think
Power Badger said it totally does make sense. JJC, he could have taken the earring out and we never would have known. Said JJG. But I had to draw attention to it. As a preamble, how were you part of this? Did they invite you? Did you sign up? That's a great question, 23.
Okay, wait. We can answer that one quickly. So,
so 100% no, we're not getting through all of our stories, is what people said. 100%. 1 minute, 15 seconds for the hype train to be over, and we're 12% towards level 3.
Oh, we were finished level. Oh, no, finished level 1.
We finished level 1. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Shelly, thank you for the 100 legendary legend bits. We got Ra. Thank you, Ra, for the total of 600 legendary legend bits.
That actually was one of the first polls we've ever done that was 100%, I think.
Was it 100%?
Yeah, I said it. 100% people said no. Yeah.
When we how did we get invited to this event? So I mean, we're active with North Shore Animal League, but it was open to anybody. Anybody could go and you could buy a ticket. What's Kathy's role? Kathy is like senior director of
she's
communications.
Very important.
Yeah, she's
I don't know what the words
way up
are
at the top, but I think she's like communication and marketing. So she sort of makes all of these connections happen with donors and communicating out stuff to folks to get them involved in Animal League. She's very good at her job, and she's got a ton of connections.
Oh, Pest, that said, Rock can't drink now, so he really wants to make sure the shots happen. LOL. Well, we'll keep an eye out. We're about like let's say level 3, so we'll keep an eye out for where we think the the night will take us, and then we'll maybe take a shot later on, depending on how many more. But
Shelly, thank you for the 15 legendary legend bits. So we get to the. What was I going to say?
Bob, thank you for following us.
Oh, welcome, Bob. Thanks for the follow.
Heidi, we'll get to that too. Go.
Kathy was like, we're doing this 80th anniversary. We've gone to these galas every time that North Shore has hosted one since 2017. Like, we've been involved with Animal League since 2015, but we were both, I was still in school, and there was no way we could ever afford to go to a gala. When I actually started working, we started going in 2017. So we've been to 2017.
Well, we both started working around that time. Yeah. So like that was a big time for us.
Yeah. 2017, 2018, 2019, COVID happened. Then that came back with its first return gala after COVID in November of 2023. We went to that one. Now they shifted to June galas, and this is to celebrate their 80th anniversary. So they actually had like 2 galas in very short time periods. So we went in November, and then we went to this 80th anniversary one. But what we found out is they're going to stay in this June cycle. So the next gala won't be for
I don't know if
another
that's
year from
official,
now.
but we got like the insider scoop, I think.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna
sure
be the
they
case.
still are working things out.
Yeah.
But I want to also say that
Hey, Dr. House. And
hey, Dr. House.
Sam, it didn't fall through. It's like
in the
we're
works.
just waiting for them to finish the edit, and then we approve it, and then they post. We'll let you know. Of course, that'll be like a big moment for us.
Yeah, so we did the gala in November, and now we did it again in June. But what I will say is galas that happen in June are so much fun because the weather is really nice. It's not cold. It's still daylight when it started. It felt like a whole different vibe going to it compared to like the middle of November when it's cold and like dark early and you have the stress of holidays coming up around like all of it. I really like the June events.
I think it was, and I
was a
think
ton of fun.
neither of us really recognized the difference because we started walking there and we're sweating, and normally when we're walking there we're freezing.
Yeah.
So we're like, Jesus Christ, like, you know, I don't know which one I'm more comfortable with, but I think I enjoyed the June one. The sun was beautiful as it was setting. I was pointing that out to you. I didn't get a chance to take a picture of that though.
No, definitely. The last
not.
one was November Beach, so it was like a quick turnaround. Now, how Kathy, who is the head of, she's one of the, I'll just say she's one of the leaders at Animal League. She reached out to us and she's like, "Hey, are you guys coming to the 80th anniversary? We want to, have you come as our guest." And this happened in November. They're so sweet. They invite us to these events and they want to cover our ticket price. And again, we did it in November and we said, "Thank you. We love a discount, but no thanks. We want to support Animal League." And so we bought our tickets for November and they did it again for their 80th anniversary. And again, we were like, "Thank you, but no thank you." And we bought our ticket. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that they just do amazing work, and anything that we can do to support them is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're always so appreciative of it. Like we're literally buying a ticket just like we're feeding ourselves.
Yeah.
And they're so appreciative of like, "Why didn't you take the free ticket?" And we're like, "No, like we want to support you guys."
So just to be clear on that was Chris's answer to 23's question that was asked about 15 minutes ago.
Yes.
Okay. So just so we know what we're dealing with the stories tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to take some time.
Yeah, Paul, they've rescued, what they talked about last night, they've rescued 1.1 million animals over their 80 years, which is insane. Insane.
It's absolutely insane. The stories they told always just get me. I feel really emotional as we're watching. Can we get through it?
Yeah.
We have stories to tell.
Yeah,
So what I
tell.
think we should do is just tell stories.
Okay, we'll go first
in
on
our
your
sequence. My first bullet point is that my penis was visible. So here's the thing. I wanted to just unzip my skin and shoot to the moon when this happened. Here's how this went down. You go to the blue carpet. They separate the groups of people like when they come in, and if you are invited at like 6:30-ish, there's like a blue carpet area. It's the red carpet. And so you go in and you take some photos and some videos with some puppies with the backdrop. And then you get interviewed by someone very, very, very nice. His name is Will.
He's on Good Morning America.
He's on Good Morning America. He's super sweet. And at this point, I guess what had happened with me is I didn't fully see myself in like a full-length mirror well enough to like understand what was going on. And so ultimately what I noticed after the picture, so we had Grumpy Barbara there, Grumpy Barbara's mom, who we swapped phones with so she could take photos of us while the event was going on, and then I can take photos of her while her version of it was going on. And then I was looking through some of my photos just after like we got interviewed, we got some photos, everything was great, we're holding these puppies, and I'm just looking through the photos and like I guess my pants were bunched like a little too high, and it's like full bulge, visible bulge. and I wanted to just die. Like, what in the world?
Oh, Cheddar.
There's one moment in time that's an important thing for you to have like a full body experience, and it's what's going on?
I don't know. Cheddar. What did you push?
And it wasn't quite a moose knuckle. It was just like visible bulge. And I was just mortified, absolutely mortified. Can you just, I don't know what's going on there, Chris. And so that was that part of the story. I mean, and then I'm sitting there.
Listen, 23 is right. I had a very modest picture on Discord. What is happening?
I don't know. It's craziness going on behind us. And after this all happening, I was observant of what was going on. I'm sitting there like in the open. Remember the one time Chris yelled at me because I was scratching my ass?
Yeah, but you turned to me and you're like, my penis is visible. And I was shocked. I thought Fly was down and things were out. And so I'm just thinking like, oh my God, that's mortifying. I mean, yeah, it's not a good look, but you know it's there.
Yeah, and so, but then I'm shifting in this public setting, like moving my pants around a little bit, like my hand in my pocket, trying to like get things organized, because I was just absolutely freaking out. No, you know, Phil's situation is a little different because it's like you can see, you know what his penis looks like. That's not what my situation was. Mine was just like the pants were visibly bulged. That was really it. Too many clip requests. I'm dead. So that's what happened. The situation was that my bulge was visible, and the official photos, I'm sure they're going to look at them and be like, probably not. Like that's not a good look. So
yeah, should we mark this stream as mature?
Probably, yeah, because we're going to talk about blowjobs.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Thanks, Corey.
It's that one, and then go down, and then it's that one. Yeah, they like changed it a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
welcome, adults.
Welcome, adults only. Buckle up. So I guess check done. We told the story in not much time, right?
Yeah.
Check done. Would you like to enable automatic sorting of checked items? Okay, I'll do that. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, look, it went to the bottom.
Okay, so how the event the event was similarly structured to the last time, where they had like the two groups divided. One group went to the blue carpet and got pictures taken. They had you're gonna make fun of me for how I say it, but they had a photographer there for taking our pictures, and then we got interviewed by Will from Good Morning America, and then we were just sitting there like gabbing with folks from Animal League and holding pictures or holding puppies. We did an 80th anniversary shout out to Animal League, which I think probably came out really great.
I thought it went really well.
It was totally off the cuff. They were like, hey, the social media manager at Animal League is really amazing. Allie, we love you. And we met her a bunch of times. And she was there in the blue carpet area. And she's like, we haven't been able to get a video of you guys celebrating our 80th anniversary. Would you mind doing one? We totally did one off the cuff with like the puppies,
holding the puppies and stuff.
Really well.
Yeah, she said it wasn't gonna. I think they're using it for their social media stuff, and not necessarily like the final picture thing. And so yeah, I think it went well. She was like, we could take multiple takes if you need. We're like, no, we got this. We're professionals.
Yeah, and
we
then
know
she
what we're doing.
She was like, I don't think we need a second take.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, okay, good.
There you go. Chrissy said, or they'll be impressed and pick my pick.
Yeah, probably.
Pick my
Yeah, they're like, he's Greek.
dick pick.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Yeah, he's Greek.
So we went to,
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I repeated it as if it's something, and I said it, and I'm like, I don't think that's anything.
So we are sitting there gabbing. Lisa, okay, I don't know if we've talked to you guys about Lisa, but she's just a fantastic person. She's actually, Lisa is very heavily involved in Animal League too. She does a lot of the charity events. And we first met her when they opened up Bianca's Furry Friends Feline Adoption Center at Animal League. If you're not familiar with what this is, it's a building that Beth built in partnership with other celebrities, specifically for having open rooms for cats to roam around in their natural habitat so that their personalities can come out and shine. There's a Billy Joel room, there's a Rachel Ray room, Beth's room. Like, it's just really incredible what they've been able to do. And it kind of creates a new standard for how animal shelters should be structured. Why I say this is because this is where we got Oriole. In this environment, he was roaming around in his like not just locked in a cage, but like comfortable in a room. And as we were there, Lisa was there, and Oriole.
We didn't know who Lisa was.
We didn't know Lisa at this point. Oriole kept coming up to us, rubbing up against us, wanting us to pick him up. And she's like, I've been in this room, and like tens of people have been in and out of this room, and he hasn't acted like that with anyone else. She's like, you need to adopt him. And I mean, we didn't know Lisa at the time, and we were like, I mean, he's so cute and we love him, but we're like literally going on vacation.
Yeah.
And we ended up going on vacation, but we said, if he's still available for adoption when we come back, we'll adopt him. And obviously he's a muskrat now, but
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, since then we've really been close to Lisa, and every time that we've seen Lisa at any of these events, it's always like friends who haven't seen each other in months and just immediately catch up. She's so wonderful, fantastic.
So wonderful. We love you, Lisa. Snacks with Friends, thank you for subscribing for 6 whole months. Oh my God, I can't believe it's been 6 months.
Thank you so much.
That's
6
amazing.
months.
Thank you. Okay, so now while we're talking to Lisa and while we're talking to Carla, who was one of the initial people who brought Raisin over our house with Beth, like way back in now almost a decade ago, which is insane. We hadn't seen Carla. Now,
since before COVID.
Yeah, a little bit of a story about this.
And Ted.
Yeah.
So Carla and Ted, they are the ones, if you've ever seen Animal League drive their truck across the country to like Missouri and some of these other states that have a lot of puppy mills, and they'll rescue like tens of puppies, maybe even 100 puppies from these rescue mills, put them in the truck and drive them back to Animal League where they can
take care of them,
do
the whole thing,
adopt them out.
We didn't get any dogs from last night, but we did hold many a dog, and they were so cute.
And Snacks, they were really cute. They were so cute.
Thank you for following, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. Welcome. Thank you for the follow.
We are talking about our night last night, so buckle up for some wild stories. So as we're talking, and just a little bit of a preamble to some of the more stories that are about to happen, there is a distinct difference between how these events were run pre-COVID and then post-COVID. And I think last night's felt the most normal, like the most
100%.
like pre-COVID thus far.
The energy was totally different.
The energy was wild.
I feel like last time when we went in November, it felt like everyone was still kind of getting Stella was still getting her groove back.
Yeah, and like even the fact that like
it was still
people weren't there, and certain like the setup, the arrangement of tables, everything felt very different last year in November comparatively to what it had been like at its height. And so last night, we didn't really expect certain people to be there. The only one we knew would likely be there is Beth. And past that, anyone else involved in like the sequence of events, we didn't think they would be there. They weren't there last November. And so we didn't think that it would be there. For example, there was a Rachel Ray award that was being given out. And I think we mentioned it on our last stream, but we thought that it was going to be the recipient was going to be like
somebody accepting from her foundation on behalf of her.
And so just as we get off of the blue carpet to then, we're talking to Carla and a bunch of these people, I just look over to where Will was, who's doing the interviews, and I see Beth and Will and someone who I'm not familiar with talking. And then Rachel Ray just walks right up and starts like, laughing with all 4 of them, and they're all laughing, and I'm just like, oh my God, what is going on here? I'm 3 feet away from Rachel Ray. I've grown up with her and I know who she is, and like this is wild because she's totally a normal person. It's weird. Celebritydom to me is weird. They're humans.
Yeah.
They poop.
Yeah.
Like, why do we? What is this thing that we lose our minds over?
Yeah,
know?
and I mean,
But it's a thing. It's real, and I felt it. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So then I'm talking to Lisa, and this is a part of one of my stories here. But I'm talking to Lisa, and Lisa's our friend from Oriole, whatever. And Lisa wants to take a photo of the three of us, me, Chris, and Lisa. And at this point, Rachel Roy has walked away from the carpet, and she was like, oh my God, like, look, there's Rachel Roy. She's like, oh, should I go ask her to take a picture of us as if like I don't know who she is? And I'm like, haha, that'll be really funny. And then Lisa looks at me, she's like, I'll do it if you want. I'm like, no,
can you imagine?
It's totally fine.
Can you imagine
totally
if she went up to Rachel and was like, can you take our picture?
Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then at that point, because I said, I'm like, listen, if you want to do it, go for it. But then Rachel had sat.
That's the type of personality that Lisa is. She is so much fun to be around.
Oh, we would get arrested, I think over the course of the night. And so then we ended up like at the moment where I had said, like, if you want to go for it kind of thing, like, I'll support you. Rachel at that moment had sat, and then we're like, look, we can't just ask her to like stand up to take a photo of us. There's a million people standing. So we did not go up to her and be like, oh, I'm a huge fan of Giada. Can you imagine? I almost wanted to say something about how my mom loves Rachel Ray, but then I'm like, wait, does that weirdly like
say that you don't like her?
Well, that, and also that like you cater to an older crowd. I don't know, but I didn't say that. She seemed very nice though. We'll have some stories with her.
Yeah,
too.
she seemed awesome. She was there with her husband. Howard was there, which was amazing to see him again.
That shocked me as we were talking right after all these moments that we're talking about with like Carla and Rachel, Rachel and Lisa. I happened to look over and I saw Howard at the carpet, a couple people behind us, and it shocked me because I like. In this post-COVID version of him, he has not gone out. He has not done anything with public at all. Even in his interviews, he's like in a different part of the studio than they're at because he just doesn't want to observe, or he doesn't want to, I guess, catch anything. He's very freaked out. So it shocked me to see him there. It absolutely shocked me. Not because
I always
he's
get
Howard.
Starstruck with him though.
Me too. There's that element.
Just so much, like so many great memories with Howard. I just feel like every time I see him, I'm sort of like, it's just surreal.
It's completely surreal.
Him.
Me and Chris talked about this when we left last night. Like, we get to experience a night and like talk to. We'll have a couple stories coming up with that. The person who is in likelihood the biggest radio show host of the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
Maybe people think otherwise, but I think he like is.
I think
in terms of like financially how big he was, to the amount of people that know him.
Yeah.
And it's just weird to me that he's
But
just
not only
chilling.
that, I mean, like, he doesn't just do that. I mean, there's TV shows that he's done. He has a movie. He's written books. Like,
all of that doesn't even matter, arguably,
I know.
comparatively to the show. Like, I think
know.
that show is wild.
He literally defined a whole genre of radio show.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. So again, very shocking to see him, both because it's Howard Stern and he's 19 feet tall, and secondly,
It always gets me.
I mean, it's the weirdest thing.
I'm 5'10", and I'm always like this. Like, it's just,
I'm a short king.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's a
tall king.
He is an accomplished
amazing artist.
Yes, he really is. So then at that point, I guess we can start moving our way into the space. Like, the cocktail hour is over, and it's last year we missed all of the food at cocktail hour because I remember we were like streaming a little bit. We also were talking to Lisa and Grumpy Barbara's mom and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So this time we had said we won't stream because we want to be able to participate in cocktail hour and eat, and we didn't do that.
We never eat at the cocktail hours because they have like little hors d'oeuvres coming around.
No, but they had the tables. You can go to the tables. There was tables in the back.
I know, but it's like every
we're
time.
so
I don't really
busy.
like doing the munchies with my hands in cocktail hour, and also I feel like in cocktail hour there were so many meat options.
He's a talking tall king. That is what he is.
Wow, Snacks, you've been listening since he started in Pittsburgh?
Damn.
That's crazy. I started listening to him when he was on 92.3 in New York.
Dr. House, I don't know if I said this out loud the last time I meant to, but I think someone had said, because I remember you talking about how you wanted to be a part of the subscription celebrations. And since you do the 6-month thing, I think you can, when it is the next month, there's like a button apparently you can press that celebrates that like contributes to that all. So just so you know, if you want to, next time that happens, I think that's still an option.
JPP owner, welcome. Thanks for jumping on. Greetings from
kind of kinky kayak kissing. Love that. I started when he was in afternoons in WNNNNNNNBC. I don't know what that means, but that's great.
Wait, so Short Pam, I know I watched Private Parts years ago.
Oh,
but he
really,
started in
Dr. House?
WNBC.
Okay, sorry, I didn't understand that. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I think like he started in WNBC and he got into like trouble there. When BC?
When BC? What is that?
WNBC.
I don't think I get it though.
But didn't he get in a bunch of trouble when he was on there, and like because he was like had his shtick, and then he ended up moving to K-Rock. I don't know. Did he move to K-Rock right after WNBC? then he ultimately went to Sirius, where he's been since.
So continuing our stories, let's see. Oh, so we sat down at our table. Now, there's a long table, another table, and then our table. And it's like it's hard to sort of visualize, but just understand visually, we're about 2 tables away from the long table. Okay, it's all very tightly packed, but the long table is where
the tables go up. There were like 30 tables, I think,
30
right?
tables or so. So table one,
it's like a wedding, right? Like you've got the tables that are kind of around the main area, and then it just sort of like strays back to the back of the room.
Actually, you know what I remembered? The long table was 1 and 2. The table next to us was 4. We were 3.
Yeah.
So I assumed, at this point we hadn't seen anything, but I assumed Beth and Howard and them were going to sit at the long table. And so as we're sitting down, sort of just observing everything, at some point someone came up to, we saw Grumpy Barbara, and she was with, at some point, a guy. He came up to us and sort of, we didn't know him, and he was like, oh, my name is Seth, and he said to us, like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna look for, hoping you bid a lot of money tonight or whatever, so we can make money for North Shore. And it sounded to me like he worked for Animal League. So one of my stories here is that as we were sitting down and there's like a lull in the night, and I turned to him because he sat next to me, and he was very nice. He was very, very funny. And I'm just sort of small talking, and I'm like, hey, so you work for Animal League? He's like, no, I don't. He kind of chuckled a little bit. He's like, I don't. I work for The Tonight Show, and I'm a comic. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this another fucking Maya Hawke anxiety moment? Because I can't stand it. I'm so dumb. Like, I get so weird and stupid with people. And so of course I turn and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, comic from Tonight Show, Seth, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out it's Seth Herzog, who's been in Broad City, who's been in 30 Rock, who is a comedian and
he writes
The Tonight
Show
and Jimmy Fallon and all that. And it turned out that he was the auction host of the night. So at some point he got up and did the auctioning part for 4 big things. One of them was a Back to the Future, like Broadway special VIP package. Another was like a Tonight Show private tour with him, and you get to meet all the people involved. Another one was
you're jumping stories right now, but
those were not stories. My story was just
okay. So
that's me. That's where I'm at. Look, that's my story. I just told it.
So what was the a Billy Joel concert? It was a Billy Joel concert in Vegas, VIP,
front
with
front
2 tickets, 2 JetBlue tickets to go there or anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was like a custom concert with some musician for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that one was kind of cool. I didn't know who the musician was, but it's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, they would do live music for 2 hours at any of the event.
Anywhere.
Event.
Just they would come to your house and lull you to sleep, they said, if you want.
Yeah.
Right, I want you
That'd be weird.
I want you on top of the bed.
Yeah.
I want to feel your feet on top of my feet under the covers.
I'm sure they probably get weird requests.
Yeah. As I'm taking a bath,
Maybe,
I want you. As I'm finger
pooping.
blasting. Oh, what? We're a mature stream. You got to bring it.
I didn't know we were going there, but here we are.
Yeah. So now I did jump a little bit because we are at this point had already sat and stuff. Before we started sitting, I noticed that Beth and them were standing up, and like Beth and Howard and everyone sort of came over to the tables. And I said to Chris, I'm like, hey, like I want to say hi to Beth, but I don't want to disrupt them. I think right this moment is like a good time to like just go and say hi to her. And so we start making our way to like towards that general direction, and I locked eyes. I was very thankful it happened this way, but I locked eyes with her before I like interrupted her. She saw me and was like, oh my God. And then we naturally started conversing. It wasn't like I didn't feel like I was disrupting anything that was going on. I did later, but not at this moment in the story. And she was like, oh my God, this is great. And so nice to see you. And she starts talking to us. And now at this point, she's next to Howard. She says to Howard, oh my God, this is like this is Helen Rose's brother's family. Howard sees us and he's like, oh my God, I love you guys. How is your like,
how's Bernie?
He's like, how's your cat troop? Whatever he said that suggested he's aware we have multiple cats.
It was so cute because we hadn't seen him since 2019.
Yeah, since pre-COVID.
And it was like really sweet that he was just immediately so kind. Like,
so kind.
He is such a kind person. And again, he's like, I love your account. I love how funny your account is, how professional your account is. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like, we're dumpster people, but thank you so much. Now, here is where one of my stories is like, I need to be locked up. I need to be sent out, put away, because I don't know how to act in front of people. We know that Howard Stern has not been around because he's scared of germs. We know this. What do? Oh, hey, Howard. Oh, my God. So nice to see you.
Yeah. Dummy. You're a dummy.
And Howard goes, pretend you put your hand out.
Yeah. He's
no,
like,
no. Like, you're me and I'm Howard.
What? Oh.
So I'm Howard and I'm like looking at that. Like, Jesus fucking, he didn't say that. But he's like, and then he does this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my. And at that moment, I'm like,
he's such a dummy.
Want to be someone take me to jail right now.
Yeah.
Lock me up out to the pasture. I don't know how to act. I'm mortified about this. So it was one of those things. I mean, he was fine. Nothing really, it wasn't.
No, I mean,
bad.
the conversation continued after that, but he was like, I mean, that's just how sweet he is. Like, he's just really,
insert Mario death sounds. He cursed you out in his set, said Chrissy. Jen said he's going to be complaining about you on air. Honestly, if he does, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I deserve it, is what I'm saying. Because I should not have done that. It was my mistake, but he was super kind, like I said, and he was talking and continued the conversation. But then Beth kind of stepped away from us, or away from him, like a couple of steps.
Well, like, we're really friendly with Beth. Because, like, I mean, Howard we've met and we've chatted with and everything, but like we talk to Beth on Instagram like pretty regularly. So like we're really close with her, and obviously she knows like a lot about our cat. So we were just kind of like friendly gabbing with her afterwards. Whereas like with Howard, it was kind of you like pleasantries and just talking and stuff.
Yeah.
So Beth then says to me, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys, that you're not at our table. We had like a last minute change in some of the people who were attending. and we figured like we would just kind of move you to one of the others. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, she's like, but I'm so sorry.
And we're like, oh my God. I'm like, Beth, you do not have to apologize to us. Like, we like belong in the bathroom, to be honest.
Totally.
Like,
and now going back to what I had said earlier about how a lot more people were there than I think we thought, my suspicion is if it was like last year where it was the smaller tables, at Beth's table last year were essentially the people that we were sitting at our table were with Beth last year. And so I anticipate that they thought that's what it was going to be like. But then I'm sure somewhere along the line, Howard was like, you know what, I'll come. Then it was like, you know what, Gary.
Oh yeah, Gary was there.
I'll come. At one point, as I was talking to them, Beth said to Howard, oh, look, there are the kids. And then like younger people showed up. So I don't know who those kids were. Are they his kids?
Oh, I don't know.
But I heard that. I didn't tell you that. And my point is that I think whatever was supposed to happen there was not how it initially.
Probably like things freed up or stuff happened, and like people were like, "Hey, I'm gonna go." Right. Especially if Howard goes, I think Howard draws a crowd.
Yeah, and then
so
I think
like if Howard made the
like,
decision of like, "Hey, I'm gonna go," everybody else is like, "All right,
totally."
we're going to.
And the fact that she's apologizing to us, I was just like, okay, this is not a real life thing. Dr. 23 said that he thought it wasn't that bad, that I was gonna hug.
Yeah.
No. Although I don't know what I'm capable of.
Well, if you hugged
probably
him,
got
it probably
a little
would have been his leg.
nose seed, and I would have sneezed on him. Yeah. I don't know. But his leg? Oh, it would have been his leg.
Yeah, you would like hug his shin.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done.
I should have absolutely done that. That's fine, because then I'm only touching cloth, like material.
Yeah.
That absolutely should have been what I did.
Unless there's an open wound. And you...
A cut in the material, an open wound exactly under the cut, an open wound on my part of my skin, of my,
Yeah.
Could have happened. So yeah, Beth apologizes. That's one of our stories. And
listen, I mean, this is just what a sweetheart Beth is. I mean, she is just the kindest person. We were talking earlier today, and I was like, she's like our like fairy godmother. Yeah. She is just a total sweetheart. I love her to death.
Oh, and she introduced us to her friend.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. Her friend was super sweet. And Beth was like, oh, my God, friend, who I'm drawing a blank now. She was like, hey, friend at that table. She was like, this is who I was telling you about. This is the dads from Muskrat Nation. And so she comes over and like we introduce ourselves to the friend. And all it was like one of Beth's close friends that I think she has probably talked to her about because of Bernie and everything.
She does some of her work for her rescue work for her in Florida.
So that was super cool to be a part of that. And it was like a conversation that was a lot longer than prior years with Beth. It was not. I mean, of course, things are moving, so we can't just sit and gab all night. But we were there for like a solid 5 minutes or so, and it was fantastic. It was such an awesome experience. And she's beautiful. I mean, I know that it's just, we shouldn't be commenting on anyone's looks and bodies.
Her dresses,
and stuff,
her dress choices, though, are always spectacular. I always look at her dress and I'm like, my God, it's just like, it's perfect. It's beautiful. And like, I don't know how she picks them, but she does.
Yeah. Yeah. She met not only Kathy, not only did she ask about Eloise, she on her own brain.
Ra has Howard probably saw your hand in your pocket adjusting your moose knuckle.
Not your moose, adjusting the moose. Excuse me. And then I offered my hand. Dead. Kathy, not only did she ask about Eloise, but she was able to recite backwards.
I was amazed.
Because this is what she said. She was like, to her friend, they have such a great account. You should follow them. She's like, how many followers do you have now? And we're like, about 120,000 or whatever. She's like, that's just so incredible to me that like this whole thing was born out of Raisin, and how after Raisin you got Cheddar, then you got Eloise, then you got Tater Tot, then you got, what was the one you got from North Shore? We're like Oriole. And then she was like, and then you got Bernie, of course. And I'm like,
how do you remember this?
Like, care about this?
But do you know how many cats and rabbits she's adopted out? Like thousands.
And
she has outside of that, she has a regular life that she
Yeah.
has to manage as a celebrity. So how is she remembering like us and our cats? It's
Insane.
just so
And dogs.
Yeah.
And dogs, Snacks. Absolutely remarkable that was what happened. And then she had said,
I'm telling you, she's like our fairy godmother.
yeah, she even said a line that really like touched me, where she was like, I love that we're like a part of this. Like that, however she worded it, like we are a subset of her and what she does. And I just felt so like proud of that. I'm like, this is really cool. I love that. And excuse me, I felt warm and fuzzy. And afterwards I was like, you know what, Chris, no matter what happens tonight, like this was
that was top tier.
Top tier. Absolutely love that. All right. I guess moving on, we have a lot of stories left. We've only covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 8:50. So we got to keep going.
So wait, should we go to wine or what?
You know what? Let's go to wine just to kind of get that out of the way and then continue.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
Some of the juices flowing.
Get some of the juices flowing, because now we're going to get into some dirty talk. We're going to talk about tits. We're going to talk about blowjobs.
Yeah.
So get the wine.
Oh, yeah, right. That's my job. Bernie, look at
Bernie.
him. Oh, this light's not on. Bernie, you need your light.
That's why it's so dark there on that side. There we go.
Look at him.
Dirtier than bulge talk. Oh, redeem a muskrat love. Do it, do it, do it.
Bernie.
Oh, Dr. House. I just wanted to share this. I'm feeling fine and not too sad at all, but today is a year since I had to put Jessie, my cat, down. It seems weird that it's been a year. Time helps, but you'll always have a special spot. Always. They just plant their little paw prints on our heart.
Bernie, you're gonna fall.
Jay goes, I'm going to need wine for this. I'm dead. Chrissy goes, put your kids away, folks. Oh, do I have the story
I'm sorry,
of...
Dr. House. I'm sending you so much love.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I have that story. Okay.
All right, let's go to this.
Also, last night when I posted late at night in that thread on Discord that I was talking about, I think Deb was yelling at me to take out my notes and start taking notes, and I did. So thank you, because it's much easier to have this conversation today.
What's happening?
Okay.
JPP said that her dad also had the ability to remember names from someone else's past.
Wow. That's like a sort of weird photographic memory. Okay, so yeah, paw print wine. Let's talk about this.
Oops.
What is going on? Oops. Okay, here is the wine for tonight. Here's what's wild. We left last night, and I think this was one of the first times they did this. They had a little
They had done it before. They didn't do it in November though. It was like a gift bag after you left.
But yeah, they had a gift bag, and we left, took a gift bag each. Mine had a bottle of wine in it. Chris's did not. And this bottle of wine was in there. It's called Montaria. Sam, are you ready? Reserva. Montaria Reserva. How do you say big tits in Greek?
Mestaria.
Mastaria, I think, is big tits in Greek. And it's got a paw print on it.
I'm sorry, Sam.
When you buy this wine, a portion of the of the sales go to help animals, which is amazing. So, Elias, speaking of things to do, am really missing your DTM list. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that was the thing that I felt. I mean, I did it and it came and gone. And I think, my strongest DTMs happened, but maybe I'll bring it back. Let's see what it says in the back. I can't read it because it's all in Spanish.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, no, I got some. Oh, interesting. It's in Spanish first. This wine reflects the essence of this region in a calm moment of complicity between men and their animals. Okay. Companions in the field, all surrounded by the beauty and mystery of this region's landscape. Okay, why is it wildly gendered? Dark ruby color with wild berry aromas and hints of dark chocolate. The 7 months aging in both French and American oak barrels contributes to the great structure is misspelled.
It's okay.
Structure of the wine and the potential misspelled for bottle aging. No, this can't be right.
Let's see if it translates it. Let me see.
No, I mean, it's there. There's English words. What do you mean?
How do you do it?
You got to go to the Translate app.
Oh, I thought that it did it.
No,
What do
just
you mean?
swipe, look for Translate.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah, you do. And then do picture at the bottom. Pull back a little. You have it. Yeah, you got to flip it.
Oh my god, this is impossible.
This crazy technology, Chris.
English to English. Well, it's Portuguese.
Oh, it's Portuguese?
Well, it's from Portugal. Is that what they speak there? Maybe it's not.
Okay, but it's in English and I read it. And it's over. We're done.
Yeah, but do you think that it's true?
Okay, just for the record, you yelled at me for taking out my earring before.
No, it doesn't work.
All right, so here we are, 13.5 alcohol percent by volume. As I was looking for a photo of this to post on the Wine O'Clock thing, I do have to say I was a little surprised by the price.
What is it?
It's like $6.
Oh, really?
So
But
I don't know.
how do they have any money left over to give?
I don't know. I mean, the one of them that I took the picture from was $11, but everywhere else was like $6. So I don't know.
How do they have any money to give to animals?
I don't know. I'm just saying this may be interesting. Let's pour.
All right, let's see.
If the goodie bags all weigh the same, what was in Chris's bag that weighs as much as a wine bottle? It was a Yeti bottle. But I also got a Yeti bottle, Paul. So I think Chris
No,
got
I think they saw me and they were like, "This guy can't have any more wine."
No, we did great last night. What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
My parents love Iberian wines, Portugal and Spain. Yes, it is cheap. Snacks is drinking White Claw.
All right.
Oh,
let's see.
Sam, you know what we did? We went early, and so we had a little time to walk around. And as we were walking, we saw Trader Joe's in New York, and we were like, you know what? Let's go in and see if they have wine because we want to get the Trader Joe's
What
wine.
is it called? Mastaria. Oh wait, it has a really good rating though. No, it's $16, Elias.
No, look down there.
Look right here.
Look down there. I was looking at photos.
Yeah,
the
it's
images.
$16. No,
That's-
it's $16.
Okay, I don't know what I saw then. All right, let's try
No,
it.
this is the
We didn't, Sam. They didn't have any alcohol
no.
at the Trader Joe's.
It's $16.
All right, let's review it.
All right, let's see it. But it has a good rating, so I'm curious.
You're swayed. I think you're swayed.
I
I don't really get much.
Really? I got a little hairspray, but
Howard took it to wash his hands.
like Aquaphor. It tastes like a reserva. It's okay. I always get that peppery taste with Spanish wines that I don't know that I love. Did you do the wine test?
Oh no,
Oh, it's pretty dark.
Yeah,
it's
it is
like a
pretty dark.
rich red. It's not bad. It's not great.
Pepper,
Yeah, I get pepper.
water,
Yeah.
Aquaphor, and like aspartame.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my review of this.
I get a little bit of
I'm gonna say I don't fully love it, but it's like not. Vom. It's just not something
take
I
your
would
teeth
go. Yes.
Uh,
When did I take my teeth out?
I don't know. Probably before.
Oh,
bed.
for dinner. No, for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Before we started.
I get a little bit of sour.
Yeah, 23. Yesterday and today have not been good teeth days for me because all of yesterday at night I didn't have my teeth in, and then today we ate at like 6:30 and I haven't had my teeth in since then. So looks like I'm gonna have to make it up. But I am noticing, you can't really see it from your end, but there's a significant shift happening in my teeth. But more importantly, this wine.
Okay, I want to say
Numbers?
the important thing is that I'm going to also factor in that they give money to puppies and kitties.
I don't know that that's something that's new. That's moving the goalpost. Our review system never has included that.
Well, we've never had one that gave to puppies and kitties.
So now will every other wine be less than because it doesn't?
No, I
Donate
mean,
to
that's how
puppies and
you get a
kitties?
7.5. If you have a wine that's like stellar
I
wine.
think we need to bring this to committee, and I think we need to have a meeting offline about this.
All right, what do you think?
Ready?
1,
2, 3, 4.5.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 and I factored in the kitties. It's a little spicy for me.
It's
It
not
tastes-
good.
Yeah. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. But it's not my type of wine. But I also don't like reservas. So, that's my thing. Listen, we got to be honest on here. We can't sugarcoat things. Well, it's also a free $14 or $15, bottle of wine.
The reason why it's pour some more is because I just can't imagine saying, if someone gave this to me, or like if someone spent money and poured some in a house, I'm not going to be like, this is disgusting. It's fine. There's a reason why there's a line. And I think that this is definitely on the purchasable side.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Rod tasted his dad's Bordeaux and it was probably $15K a bottle and he didn't like it. Gee.
Holy shit.
Okay, speaking of, that's sort of a related story. Elias was talking about the bids that were happening that Seth was running for the 4 lots that they had. The Billy Joel concert, the backstage VIP tickets to Back to the Future, the musician who would come for 2 hours to one of your events and perform live, and the Tonight Show VIP tickets with dinner with Seth.
There was a surprise 5th one, which was...
those were all going, and like some of them we were interested in, which we wanted to do the Tonight Show thing.
Yeah.
And how these auctions work is, they're literally, you're just raising your hand to bid on the lot. And we bid on some of them to a reasonable price, but they got good for North Shore. They got good money for the actual lots. And then Gary came on stage afterwards. Gary from Howard's show came on stage, and he was like, "Oh, there's going to be another surprise lot." And
you're saying a lot?
Yeah,
What is that?
like the thing up for auction.
That's a word?
I think so. Is that a word? I think it's a word. The lot.
Like the whole lot?
Yeah.
The whole lot of them.
No. Yeah. It is. Says Kyle. Stop questioning me.
I'm just questioning. I'm just asking, really, not questioning.
Okay. Yeah. Gary is amazing. Gary, I'll let you tell that story. But Gary comes up on stage and he's like, okay, well, there's going to be a surprise 5th
Lot.
option for auction.
No, lot. Yeah.
And he's like, it'll be like a tour of Howard's studio, come in, spend the day with us, hang out, whatever. And so he starts the auction, and it's like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 4,500.
The other one started at 500 and they were like 500, 750, 1,000 and like going up sort of like that. And then this one was like, 1,000, 2,000. I see a 3,000. I see a 4,000.
No, it was really fast.
I see a 5,000.
5,000.
About 5,000. Like anyone at 5,500.
Yeah,
5,500.
5,500 going. 5,500. There, you got it.
25,000.
Yeah, 25 grand. Somebody raises their hand.
we were
25
shitting our
grand
pants. Shitting our pants.
for Animal League. I think it was amazing.
That happened 2 times. It wasn't once. It wasn't for that. It was for the Tonight Show experience
Tonight
too
Show
with
got
Seth, and that was like another. You know, we were like 500, and then 1,500, 2,500, 3,000. Anyone for 3,500, 20,000. We're like, holy shit. So they raised a lot of money. That was probably the most amount of money I think I've seen those auctions.
Yeah, no, they did great
in that amount of time. So good for them. 525,600 is
the number of hours or the number of minutes in a year.
your gay card just got renewed.
Yeah.
Stamped and notarized. Here you go.
The agenda is alive and well.
Good for you, Chris. Did I tell everyone?
Listen, Shelly.
No, I didn't tell everyone. I don't think that
No, it's definitely for a good cause. I wish that we could bid at those levels, but that's not in the cards. What?
This week, I watched that with my students, and they loved it. Well, one of them didn't love it, but this one kid was like, by the end, like crying. Rent. It was so good.
JJG. We are going to the thing with Andy Cohen.
We are just watching.
We're just watching who's going to be there.
We have did we tell this that we have like background access?
Yeah, like we know what shows are coming up and who's going to be on it, and so we're just watching to see like who we're interested in, and yeah. So once we find something, we're gonna book it.
Yeah.
I've been watching like every few days to.
He just sends me like he's like, who's this? Who's this?
Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah. Speaking of who's this, when we right after cocktail hour, we went to go.
Is this one of the pre-approved stories?
I don't know. I'm just going off the cuff right now. We went to go wash our hands before Elias wanted to shake Howard's hand, and we were in the bathroom. And literally we just went in to wash our hands, and so we went to the sink, and Rachel Ray's husband was in there washing his hands. And I was like, oh, like, thank you both for everything you do for the animals. Cause like, we know how much they contribute to Animal League. And like, they talked about it later a little bit more that I'm sure we'll get to.
Yeah. But
like,
are you going to say that I didn't know?
Well, and he was like, oh, thank you so much. He was super sweet. Her husband is really nice. And then he like wrapped up and left. And then like, we started washing our hands afterwards. And then later on when we met like Rachel and she was sitting by her husband, Elias was like, oh wait, that was Rachel Ray's husband? I'm like,
yeah.
How am I the one who's telling you who these celebrities are?
It was shocking.
I knew Rachel Ray's husband, and I said thank you in the bathroom to him for
he was so nice.
Little pups.
He was so nice.
And the kitties. Yeah.
Speaking of bathrooms, one of my pre-approved stories, yours actually, yours is a pre-approved story, Chris. Talking to Rachel Ray's husband in the bathroom. Also in the bathroom at a different point in the night, we're walking in and Baba Booey walked in before me, smiled and said hi, and held the door open for me and Chris. And then we walked in and there's 3 stalls. Baba Booey, me in the middle, Chris to the right. And I'm just like...
No, not at stalls, at a urinal.
Oh, sorry, urinal. Literally peeing next to Baba Booey.
Did you sneak a peek?
There's dividers.
Did you climb over?
Yeah. As I'm peeing, I'm like this. I peed with Gary. Me, Chris, and Gary peed together.
No, he's really nice. We met him once before, Jen. He went to... they used to do in 2019. They were.
We didn't cross swords. We also didn't cross streams because you know that's really bad when you do that in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but we did helicopter at the end afterwards to just celebrate that we were.
Oh well, of course. I mean, everyone does that.
That's how you do it.
You take a couple steps back. Everyone helicopters,
and then you go wash.
And then you go wash your hands.
It's how it happens.
It's just normal. Everyone who has a penis who uses it to pee, you all know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. But we met.
No, Paul, I can't with those troughs. I cannot do it. Paul, it's funny you say that because I don't know if you know, like if you were in one of the shows we had recently, but I mentioned how those freak me out. I do not like those troughs. There was no trough. And I think if there was a trough, I would have been very hard. It would have been very hard not to try to just sneak a peek, just so that I can share with you all that I looked at Gary's penis.
Can you imagine if that was literally cultural norms to just
step back and do the helicopter?
It would be hysterical. I think I'm kind of here for it, but I don't know. Maybe that's the gay in me coming out.
OG Steve said it's equally bad to cross streams and Ghostbusters, and apparently Baba Booey. I cannot.
But
Pete next to Baba Booey, check done.
We have met him before because he was at the Animal League event in 2019.
In 2019.
Yeah. And they in 2019 they had like 2 events back to back. They had like maybe it was 2018 actually.
Yeah.
Because that was the one 2018.
The year with Joan Jett. No, not the year with Joan Jett. The year with the group before Joan Jett. Joan Jett was my favorite. That was a fantastic.
She was a great performance.
I didn't really know how much of a Joan Jett stan I was until that moment. I felt like this is why music exists. I'm like, I get it to a fundamental level.
But that one had an after party. So you bought 2 tickets. You bought a ticket to the gala, and then you bought a ticket to the after party. We went to both of them.
I wish they did the after party again, because it would be nice to decompress with people. Because the thing is, you go through this crazy moment of like a lot, and then you're just out, and then it's like as if it never even happened.
Yeah, but
amazing.
But Gary was at the after party that year, and we met him then. But we met him again in the bathroom after we peed with him, and then helicopter.
Yeah, and then helicopter.
Yeah.
That's how you get the cultural norm shifted from helicoptering to get rid of the dribble.
Yeah.
To doing the little shaky do thing.
Exactly.
And I just think I want to live back in a time where we helicopter.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Deb is going to see Joan Jett and Alanis in a few weeks. Oh,
really?
I love Alanis.
Okay, Deb, you need to take pictures. Joan Jett was such a great performance.
JPP said Joan Jett is still fine AF. I got to see Joan Jett open up for ZZ Top ages ago. I remember her being great, said Kitty San.
We were so lucky that year because we were at Howard's table, so it was like the long table in front of the stage, and literally you and I were like locking eyes. We were like 5 feet from Joan Jett helicoptering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where the pyrotechnics came from.
Okay, so this one is the one I'm going to tell next. I'm going to move that up to there because in sequence, I think that is what happened next. So another bathroom situation has come up where the guy next to me, Seth Herzog, who honestly is really funny, and he did such a phenomenal off the cuff sort of presentation about the
oh my God. Before he started the auction,
thank you. I couldn't think of it.
He did like a little quick comedy, like stand-up comedy thing. And he was really funny. Like he had some really great
actually, I have a story that we need to tell before any of this, which was the tits story with Rachel Ray.
Wait, that's
that's before. Because then he says,
"Oh yeah."
Sorry, this is not pre-approved, but it's actually I'm making it. Oh my God,
this is so
approved.
funny. Rachel Ray is hysterical, and she commands a room.
Oh, it's so
amazing.
It's so obvious,
and like you can see why she does what she does because her husband is very eloquent. He, I didn't know he was a lawyer. As much as I know about him, apparently, I didn't know that he was a lawyer. But he wrote like a speech to accept the award on behalf of Rachel, and then Rachel talked afterwards. He gave a really great speech, and you can talk a little bit about it, but then Rachel talked afterwards.
Well, the gist of his speech was that she started in a position where the way he introduced it, she went from having ice cream on her tits to eating cat food out of a can. And then when he explained the story sequence, essentially she used to work in an ice cream parlor when she was younger, and there was rows of ice creams, and the more popular ones were put behind that.
And she's like a shorter person.
Yeah. And so when she then took over, she's a short queen.
Yeah.
she then took over and told the story about how when she would scoop, she would end up with like melted ice cream on her tits, which just the fact that she's sitting there grabbing her tits and they're all talking and we're all focused
It's so
on Rachel
funny.
Ray's
And we're
tits.
literally 5 feet from her.
Yeah. And not boobs, tits. That was the wording that was being used
It was
in this.
so funny.
So it was just absolutely wild. Hi, Mikey.
Hey,
Thanks for being
Mikey.
here. And so that started, and then he connects the dots to how then when she and him made Nutrish, I think, is the name of their dog food. And cat food, I think.
Yeah, they do both.
And they said they don't want to disrupt anyone's business. They didn't want to come in and just be like the one to buy, but that they just feel really proud and confident of their food. So much so that on her show, she ended up eating some food from the can to like show that it's like
human grade. I think that's sort of like
But anyway, so all of that happened. Then Seth goes up a while later. Now, at this point, just to backtrack a bit with Rachel Ray's speech, when she started speaking, it was not pre-written. So she commanded the room, probably took a little bit longer than people wanted. And there were a couple people walking in from the back, kind of like Oscars, like playing off Rachel Ray. It was a little awkward. But then when Seth came up.
Well, after, so Rachel gave her like acceptance speech. They have a Crystal Collar Award that they give out every year.
Collar, right?
That's what I said.
Oh,
Crystal
like
Collar.
Say it again.
Crystal Collar.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So she gets the award. She gives her thank you speech. Her husband gave, sort of like her pre-thank you speech. And then they kind of walk off. But now Seth comes on to onto the stage, and this begins the auction portion of it.
Yeah, so the preamble for him before the auction starts is, how did he say it? He's like, so I'm gonna. What happened?
Asking if we told Rachel about the special collar that I have, care of Sam. Yeah, actually, I mean, they knew because I wore it last night. Thank you, Sam. It was a wonderful accessory.
Wait till you see the pictures. So he starts and said the joke essentially was like, I came up here to have a speech prepared about how I had scooped or have ice cream on my tits, but Rachel took that. However it was, I'm not a comic. So he was really funny. So
no, he made a really good. He was talking about 80 years, celebrating 80 years of Animal League. And he's like, oh, well, thank God. Now they can finally run for president.
Yeah, that was really funny.
He had really great lines that he totally delivered and nailed. Like, I know why he's like an artist in his craft.
Get it.
Yeah, I know why he writes for Jimmy Fallon. Really funny guy.
So after he finished.
And even when we were sitting there talking, and you'll get to it, but when we were sitting talking to him at dinner, it was just that constant banter back
the whole
and
time.
forth.
I feel like we were friends. Seth Herzog is the guy. Herzog, not Seth Meyers. No, I would have known who Seth Meyers is, believe it or not. But Seth Herzog is the guy.
Okay, this is getting better.
It's okay. Yeah, it's leaving a little film in my mouth, but it's fine. So then he comes back from the bathroom after. We didn't know where he went.
No, you did know because the bathroom was in a weirdly situated.
Yes,
the room was sort of circular, and there were windows around like the entire room. But then there was like a dividing center hallway in the middle,
almost
of the room.
like the diameter of the circle.
Kind of, yeah.
Was the hallway.
Yeah,
and inside of that
was the bathroom.
Yeah,
and so he was like, "Oh, I'm going to go, run to the restroom."
Yeah, he said, "Do you know where it is?" And I was like, "Yeah, just go this way, make a right."
And he's like, "Oh, okay."
I said it's like a little weird, but you'll find it, I think, whatever.
So he went away, but we knew where he was when he went away.
And then he came back a little bit later, like longer than normal. And then he sat down and I was joking. I'm like, "Oh, like everything come out okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just got 4 blowjobs in the bathroom. That's what took so long." I'm like, great. I'm like, why weren't we there? Like, I'm participating in the joke of all of this. And I'm like, this is insane. I don't even know what's going on right now. What world are we living in? And it blew my mind. I'm like, this is freaking amazing.
So funny.
And he was just with it.
Yeah. And he just like, it was
normal. It was normal for him.
Yeah. Amazing.
And it was amazing. Yeah. So he's super
And then we
funny.
were like, I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Yeah.
I'm like, why were we not invited?
Yeah.
Like, table buddies. That's why Chris had those sex eyes last night, said Jen. OMG. Longer than normal indeed. So then I guess we can talk about, we got to eat. This is later. This is late. That's
I don't even
near
know what
the
this
end.
list is.
It's just, I thought I had it in an order, but I don't. Oh, we can talk about this for a sec. So.
Oh, yeah. No. Okay. So Lisa was our little tour guide. Because Lisa, if you way earlier in the night, we talked about Lisa, a friend who we've seen multiple times. She's the one who got us Oriole, basically. She was like, oh my God, and because she knows the story of Eloise and all of the stuff that she's done with Silencia and how she's improved and like her progress, all of this stuff. And so she's like, oh my God, the Zoetis people are here, who is literally the pharmaceutical company who makes Silencia.
And it's like groundbreaking. This drug is absolutely groundbreaking for cats. So to think that the people who are involved in the creation of that are present and we're like feeling the effects of their work.
Yeah. Like
is insane.
They're literally connected.
And so then she said, she was
I don't know exactly what their role was because we were talking to them for a while. We can find out from Lisa. They were either like account reps or marketing folks or something. I don't think they were scientists.
No, but you know what?
I think they knew
pretty
what
high
was,
up.
Yeah,
like
I
when
think
we were
they
talking to
up
them,
there.
they kept saying like, well, "This is why we work. This is what we do. Like why we do it." They were wonderful folks. Jen, I'm going to make a note of that. Thank you. Did you know that?
What?
Oriole's the only one that hasn't been a main focus on Threads. That's a shame. That's an absolute shame.
We should have told the drug reps about Gelsera.
I can't. Criminal. It is criminal.
That's insane.
So Lisa was like, oh, after dinner, she's
Can you
like,
just look at this tail behind me though?
I know, it's amazing. She's like, oh, come find me. I want to like introduce you to these people, which like, I don't even know how she has all these connections, but she does. And so at her table, there's this woman, she was like, oh, look. And this is,
Erin.
Erin.
And I'm like, I'm like in like business mode.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Everything that you do like to develop Silencia has literally changed Eloise's life. And
he's
like, I'm like going. And she's like, wait, I just work with Lisa.
And Lisa turns around. She's already gone to the actual Zoetis people. And Lisa comes right back. She's like, that's not her. That's not her.
Yeah. And so Erin works with Lisa, but loves our Muskrat Nation account. And so we were sitting there just talking to Erin. And like, I guess I was just gabbing. And like, then she interrupted and she was like, wait, I just work with Lisa, but I love you guys. And so like gave her a big hug. Long story short, like outside of all of the Zoetis conversation, Erin is an absolute blast.
Hysterical.
I could just totally grab a drink with her anytime. If we went out with Lisa and Erin, we would end up
be
in jail.
Yeah.
100%.
Fully be in jail.
But we were like dancing at the end with Lisa and Erin. Total blast. She is such a sweetheart.
So then we ended up finally making our way to the Zoetis people, and they were both super kind and super generous, and just saying like how thankful they are that we're presenting this information to them and that they do what they do for these moments. And
also, I gave a plug and I was like, look, like there's not a lot of pharmaceutical companies who are investing time in development in treatment for cats. And I'm so thankful because I think that's an important point. Yeah. And I just want to make that like aware that this type of medication for cats needs to be made available, and others like that. There's so much of a focus on other pets, and dogs need treatment too, for sure. But cats are always second class citizens, and I love animals equally.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that there's medications that are coming out to also treat cat conditions. Yeah.
It was remarkable. It was a very fun experience working with, talking to them. And now at this point, if you've stayed around long enough, an hour and 22 minutes, you realize we have now spoken to a lot of pretty important and well-known people in industries about blowjobs, about Zoetis and Silencia, about shaking Howard's hand. So our brains at this point are kind of like I still haven't even gotten over the fact that I tried to shake Howard's hand, and this is now like an hour and a half, 2 hours later.
Yeah, we met
It's
Rachel Ray and
crazy.
her husband. We met we saw Howard again, talked to Beth. Talked to Zoetta's people.
Seth
Herzog. Yeah, and blowjobs.
Yeah. Baba Booey's penis, helicoptering.
Yeah.
You know? And then at this point, by the way, let me see.
And outside of that, I mean, all high-level people at Animal League, like, ultimately, they're changing lives for millions of people who they're adopting these animals out to. And, like, we're able to chat with, like, Kathy, the senior director of operations, like, all of these really important people who are making life-changing decisions about...
I should be jailed. I'm telling you, I should be jailed. For sure.
You for
the
sex?
Yeah. No, it's so funny. So just an FYI, out of all of what we've said so far, I have checked off 9 of those.
Are we gonna do it?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so it's 19. 1,
Oh,
2,
you know
3,
what?
4,
Okay,
5,
so
6, 7, 8, 9. It's
I have a
19
quick story
stories.
that's not a pre-approved story. But we were talking about my face earlier and how I had my scar from whatever. Wait, no, I think he's worth more, Steve. I think he's worth like 6 or 800 million.
Let's see.
I'm gonna guess 900 million.
650.
650.
Yeah.
He's doing
650.
great.
Yeah. He's doing great.
So from my heroic kitty rescue. Now, we mentioned earlier Carla, who literally came to our house with Beth to drop off Raisin. We've known her since 2015. She's a total sweetheart. She drives the truck with Ted. Carla and Ted rescue animals in Missouri and other areas and bring them back to North Shore. Ted we hadn't seen since Oriole when we picked him up in 2020, right before the pandemic. So we got to see him for a second and like hug him and be like, oh my God, we missed you. Talk to Carla. Carla's like, oh my God, your face is healing so great. So that was the first time I talked about it.
Yeah.
And we just like mentioned it briefly, like about the conversation. So I told her like exactly what happened. But then we were sitting at our table while you were talking to Seth about blowjobs in the bathroom. I was talking to the person to the left of me who had a couple of stories. Like they were really sweet. They're like, oh my God, are you guys the cat influencers? And like, so we had like a little bit of a conversation with them about it. I don't know exactly what they did. They introduced their names, but I can't remember them.
A total blur. Everyone at the table went around and said their names after we introduced
I know
us,
Ed
and
was next
like,
to them. I remembered his name for some reason, but I can't remember theirs. But her and her husband were sitting there and they were talking about their cats and everything. And they were talking about how they were
Jen.
cat sitting or something. They were cat sitting a friend for a friend, and there was a post-it on the thing that says the cat loves the refrigerator. And so as they were cat sitting, they went to like, I guess they fed the cat, and then they were just kind of like cleaning up the litter. And then before they left, they were going to check to see like, where is the cat?
Where is the cat?
And couldn't find the cat. So they thought the cat escaped. And he's telling me this story. And then I'm like, oh my God, they lost this poor cat. And ultimately then he's like, and then we remembered that they had a Post-it note on the refrigerator that said the cat likes the refrigerator. And they open up the refrigerator and the cat's just sitting there hanging out.
Oh, that's scary. I don't like
And I'm
hearing
like,
that.
oh my God. And so like, then we went into like all of these conversations about crazy like cat situations. It led into, somehow it connected back to Camp Muskrat and like how we have an Airstream there. And I was talking about that with him, and he was like, and I was like, oh yeah. And like last weekend or Memorial Day weekend, like this happened. Told him the whole story about that. Should have told him that I tripped and fell saving an kitten.
Animal. Yeah. Greg.
But yeah, I mean, super nice people at the table.
I'm going to pause
sharing
you
their
on
crazy cat
on all of
stories.
that because you mentioned crazy cat stories. And
But those were the only 2 times that I talked about it.
Yeah, which is like not much. because you realize you're the one bringing attention to it, except Carla, who just knew.
And Kathy.
No, and Kathy, yeah, but she was fine too. But total side note, and I know I should not be diverting completely away from last night, but I really want to share the story. There were, and just so you know, it involves a situation where a bird gets hurt. Really quick, just
No,
listen.
don't tell this story. I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell it. I think it was phenomenal. It was nature in action.
No, I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell it.
I think no, don't tell it. Look, Stack said no. I don't think so.
All right.
It wasn't anything we did. It's just nature in action.
Yeah, which is nature in action, and I observed it. That's all that it was.
I think this is not a good story.
Okay.
I don't like to hear it.
We did not.
Phil.
Phil says yes. You can imagine it was a cat involved. That's all that I'll say. Mozzie wonders if you handed out business cards. We did not hand out business cards. I felt it was not the most like.
I just feel like, okay, so
that.
yeah, these things are weird because these are really like, these are people, I don't know. I feel like people come to these events and it's sometimes their time to kind of like chill.
Yeah.
And so where they can maybe not be in like the public eye, but still be like social.
Right.
And so like then I always
wait, what do you mean? You feel like
I feel like then we're like pushing things on people in these settings.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Whereas like
handed out in the bathroom as we're helicoptering.
That is an appropriate time.
That's the only appropriate time.
And in fact, I think the purpose is that you should tape it to the helicopter and then deliver it through that mechanism.
As however it flies up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just it should be a raining business card from.
Yes.
So yeah, that's really the only time that we do business cards.
While Chris is talking to the lovely folks next to him, we are eating at this point dessert. But I'm gonna jump and tell a dessert story, and then I'm gonna jump back and tell a dinner story. But we're eating dessert, and the dessert was a baked Alaska.
Baked Alaska. I have seen it, but I can never remember what it is.
It's gelato on the inside, and then it's kind of filled with a meringue that's toasted on top. And it was very delicious, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I'm sitting there eating it, and then Seth comes back from wherever he was and doing whatever he was doing, and he was like, "Oh, like what's this?"
Blowjobs in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was talking about how just like what is this little like puff. You know, and I was like, no, it's actually like really good. You'll enjoy it. I'm like, but the only thing is it kind of looks like an uncooked hot dog on the inside. That's what I said. I don't know why, but I said it. And it was what it was. And then he eats it and it looked like an uncooked hot dog. He's like, it looks like an uncooked hot dog, but it tastes amazing. It's gelato that's like
Alaska.
Strawberry. Yeah, it's like strawberry, like gelato on the inside and a little like clump surrounded by lemon meringue-ish. Or not lemon meringue, sorry, I shouldn't have said lemon. Like a meringue. And it was delicious.
It was really good.
And it had a little drizzle of raspberry on the side, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Oh, I've never had it.
This is the first time I had it, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Was there a crumb at the bottom?
No, I didn't get a crumb. I just got the uncooked hot dog. Like an uncooked like Vienna sausage.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Like a Vienna sausage in the midst of a meringue.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I guess it's baked ice cream. I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Well, you know how they have like deep fried ice cream? It's kind of like that, but baked.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic.
It's like French fry or yeah.
You know, but it was like it was like a light pink color. So yeah, about the mushrooms, I wanted to say this was for dinner.
OG Steve said that you should kiss Howard on the cheek at the November event.
I don't think they're doing a November one again. I think they're doing this is now going to be the new one. No, there was no hot dog in the ice cream. It looked like it was a hot dog because it was a light pink color.
Yeah, wait, are you? I don't think we're clearly explaining it. It was a strawberry gelato in a ball. And then it had meringue like textured and everything around it. And then they probably like blowtorched the meringue to toast it. And then like a drizzle of raspberry sauce. So that's kind of what it was. Lena said it's like a 60s or 70s dish.
I think I can imagine that. Yeah, I think I can imagine that. Mikey said, I'm glad you cleared that up. I thought you said Vienna sausage in your ice cream.
It did look like it though, because when you scooped it out, it looked like there was
cut of
like
Vienna
it was
sausage.
just like a circular, since it was like a scoop of ice cream, like a circular scoop of ice cream.
Yeah, but I said
If
it
you
was
cut
Baked Alaska. It was 100%. It was labeled as Baked Alaska.
It was really good.
Jen said Elias is not going to be invited next year because he tried to shake Howard's hand. I'll take one for the team and be Chris's +1.
Yeah, Jen, let's go.
Wow. Paul said apparently Baked Alaska is more like an 1860s dish. That's wild.
How did they even, did we even own Alaska then? Probably not. When did we buy Alaska?
I think we bought Alaska in 1920.
I don't know. I think it was like a 1910 deal, maybe.
Wait, you really think so?
I don't know. When did we buy Alaska? 1870.
1959.
What?
Admitted to the Union.
59?
Wait, so when
did we decide we were going to bake it? 1959.
Jeez. So that's the 49th state, so Hawaii must be 50th.
Oh, but it was bought from Alaska it was bought from Russia 90 years earlier. How do you just do that? Like, how do you say, I'm going to just buy that? Does that happen anymore? Can you be like, can Canada just be like, I'm going to buy America?
Please?
Yeah.
Please.
I think Canada should petition for that.
Please.
At least buy New Jersey and New York.
Speaking of Canada, I have a question for Canadian folks. I listen to podcasts, and one of the hosts right now is in Canada, and they're living there for the next like 3 or 4 months. And she said that there is a certain Canadian walk, and the Canadian walk is like a little bit like where the feet are the only things moving in the body. And I'm interested in that. Is that a thing that you observe when you're walking in Canada? Is it that the feet are only moving, like the legs, I should say? I don't get it, but it seems more of like a little bit of like a robotic walk rather than like a...
I've seen people walk in Canada, and I think they just walk like humans.
I don't know, but it was a funny joke she was saying. Am I listening to the Handsome podcast? No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know the Louisiana purchase happened from France.
Canada Sarah. We have, one of our folks here, Canada Sarah.
Yeah.
So Canada Sarah is the
authority.
On
no,
this
Canada Sarah's on all the time.
Tammy said, I know. I'm saying Canada Sarah is the authority on this conversation.
If Canada Sarah doesn't know of this robot walk that you're talking about, nobody in Canada knows.
Wait, is someone sleeping on the hot dog cart? I saw a foot for a hot minute. Is someone in there?
Oh, Cheddar's up on top. Cheddar's right here. Wait, Cheddar.
Jen said, do we have a U.S. Sarah? I think Sarah can be our official Sarah. Is Canada Sarah approved for the uses of gel Sarah? I have a Canadian in my house right now. My mom was from Canada, and I say not a thing.
Oh, well, look, Snacks is an authority then too.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, we have many authorities in Canada for sure. Wait, let me go back to my notes.
So you talked about your Vienna sausage hot dog baked Alaska.
Yeah, but now I need to do my mushrooms.
Okay, go for your mushrooms.
So the mushroom situation, when we first got there, immediately they're like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And there's a choice of 2 things. It's either salmon or...
Oh, wait, they had this really nice... the salad to start was like it had like
I never thought I'd like it.
No, it was really nice. It was like butter lettuce on top of like a cut of a circular cut of watermelon.
Cut of watermelon.
It had a mango in between it, and then it had like pears like diced and feta cheese.
Oh,
and it was really
delicious.
Really good.
Delicious. So we had that, but then you had to pick your choice between basically the vegetarian meal or the non-vegetarian meal, and it was salmon or mushroom polenta. Listen, I'm going to tell you all right now. I don't want to know what polenta is. Don't tell me.
I think it's just...
I don't want to know.
Wait, you can just cover your ears.
What do you mean cover my... I don't want to know.
I want to know. So you cover your ears, but I think it's cornmeal with like
Cover your ears. I think it's that. You
or
gave me
semolina.
half a second.
Yeah, it's cornmeal. So it's fine.
But when it came, at this point, I'm hungry. We have eaten very little in a day.
Yeah, it's made of corn. You love corn.
We've had 2 drinks at that point. I want to eat, and it comes in front of me, and it's polenta, mushroom polenta on top of, with grilled vegetables on top of it. So the vegetables were delicious. It was like,
zucchini, red pepper.
The yellow one, squash.
Yeah, it was all really good.
Yeah, all of that was delicious. And then I start, sifting through the polenta, and I'm like, all right, here's my little, and I'm doing that. And I avoided all the chunks because I'm sure those are mushrooms. I don't want to hear it. They're disgusting. But I did eat a significant amount of the polenta mushroom, and I was like fine with it. Will I ever do that again? Probably not. But in that moment, I knew that I needed to eat. And I did.
Yeah.
And I ate mushroom polenta.
I know.
That's one of the stories. It's not a fun story for anyone else, but for me, I did it.
It was really good. I think the food was great. The food was better this time, I think, than the last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The butter was nice, actually, too. It was a herbed butter.
I didn't have any of the butter.
Yeah, why didn't you have any? I thought it was delish.
I don't know. I just feel like
Thanks,
community
Besta.
butter is always weird to me.
You were the first one. I picked it up for you.
Know, but I just
you have
kinda
your
want
knife.
my own butter. You know?
I don't know. Because that effectively could have been your own butter. You could have said, this whole block of butter is mine.
Yeah, I think no. Like, do you think Howard had any butter? Probably not. He did not have butter. This wine is really good, actually.
I think it's delicious.
I knew this
Thank
is
you,
totally
Chow.
one of those wines where it's like you have a glass of it and you're gonna love it. So look, I think
definitely
it's like
pour more.
yeah.
Mushrooms might be animals, said Chow. They connect. They have their whole systems of, Last of Us tells us that. All right, next. Here we go.
Okay, so transition after the hot dog dessert. Now
We only have
it's
1, 2,
sort of-
3, 4 more.
Now it's sort of
stories
entering
there.
after party territory. So like everybody's a little loosey goosey. We've all had some drinks at the open bar. We're all like ready to have a little bit of fun. And
What story are you going to tell? Is it this one?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I can tell that
Yeah.
one.
Well, did you have another story?
No,
Oh, okay. Tell that one. Do you want me to?
no, I can tell it. I'm just like, am I permitted? There's a system here.
Yeah. Well, before you start though, I want to say that on Instagram, on Muskrat Nation, we posted a bunch of stories, not many, because it was like a wild night and we didn't have, I didn't want to be on my phone the whole time. But when I looked, who was it on Instagram? I just happened to look at the messages, which I rarely do. And it said, oh my God, Robin, whoever is going to be there, look out for her. And she's the one, Robin, the comedian.
Yeah, what is her name?
Yeah. She's the one who, if you've ever seen her on the internet, on Instagram, she sits in a tub. This is how she started her sort of career. She sits in a tub.
Robin Shaw.
She sits in a tub, fully clothed. She has a big pint of ice cream, or more, like a gallon of ice cream, and she's pouring vodka into it with a long spoon.
Yeah,
and she's telling a crazy story as she's like eating this vodka ice cream, and it's really funny.
She is
really
very funny. And
Thank you
she
for
is
subscribing, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey,
For
thank
10
you
whole
so
months.
much. 10 months. Thank you.
She's so funny. So, Cycle Geek Girl on Instagram.
Bernie's on a mission.
Said, hey, keep out for her. She's there. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, Chris, we know who this is. Just let's see if she's around. And then at some point she was walking right behind us.
Yeah.
Into bypass us. And I'm like, I have to say something. And I just was like, excuse me. I'm like, I think you're so funny. I love you. And she was like immediately hysterical. Her and her friend, which I don't know who she was. We did get her name.
You know her name.
But I didn't know who she was.
Well, wait,
to her.
so, okay, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're just doing like quick introduction. So I'm like, I'm Chris, you're Elias. And she's like,
goes, I love that
I'm
name.
Robin. And then she's like, yeah, I love that name.
And I'm like, I
then
know,
I'm
it's so much better than
it's like,
Chris.
yeah, exactly. It was really funny. It was just quick banter. back and forth. I'm telling you, there's no better conversation to have than with a comedian.
Yeah.
Because they will always set you up for the next part of the conversation.
Yeah.
You don't even have to think. It's just natural, and I love it. I can chat with a comedian all day long. So
you do.
Questionable.
See, that was funny. That was a funny joke.
Not anymore. So you say Elias, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I love that name." And then and then
she was like, "I've never heard of anyone named Malias." And I was like, "Oh no, like Elias, like whatever." She's like, "Oh well, that's still cool." I'm like, "No, I hate it. I want to be named Malias. Why am I not named Malias?" And then her friend
said, "Oh well, I have a really great name too. It's Belinda."
Yeah.
And then she was like, or wait, no, she said, "I got it on my birthday or something."
No, she said, "I have not Malias, kind of like this is Belinda." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I love the name Belinda." She's like, "Thanks, I picked it myself."
Oh yeah. And then later on, like 2 seconds later, she's like, "Actually, I got it for my birthday."
Yeah.
It was really funny.
They were
like,
both hysterical.
They were
Boom,
both
boom,
really
boom.
funny, and so we just like gabbed with them for a little bit. And
if you don't follow her, you should on Instagram. She's really genuinely funny, and I could be friends with her too.
Yeah, she was great.
Next, there are two things before we get to the last part of the gala that are not funny, but they're fun. They're exciting things. We were basically asked by the director, the senior director person who works for Animal League.
Yeah.
She was like, "Look, I know that you don't have dogs, but we're doing this big event for I forgot what the name of it is.
Oh my God, are we gonna get a dog?
Pause for Pets? Is that what the name of it is? Essentially, in October, they're doing a big event that works with dogs, and they want me and Chris to be the ambassadors of this event. No, I don't think it's.
What is their event list?
No. Pause for Pets is what I have written down, but I don't know if that's what it is. So they want us to be the ambassadors of this event. And we're like, absolutely. We would 100% want to be involved. We love animals. We want to help out as best as we can. So we don't know any details, but it's pretty much like our confirmation that we gave to them that we want to be involved in the pets, Pause for Pets or whatever
listen,
it's
if
called.
we're gonna walk places.
Yeah, it's about walking. It's about having a dog. So that'll be really, 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 really wonderful to be involved in that.
Of dogs for research
And
Snacks. I knew Snacks was going to say something.
if we ever live at Camp Muskrat,
Snacks, I love you so much.
legitimately, if we ever live at Camp Muskrat, I want us to consider having a dog.
If we lived at Camp Muskrat, I would get a dog.
Just for the purpose of safety, even if like I'm walking and working in the yard and like bears and wasps, you never know. You know?
Paul, yes. Elias had a dog. I had a dog. I had multiple dogs growing up. I had a dog on my own too, before I met Elias.
Do you know what my first dog's name was? I mentioned it on stream.
Lisa. Lulu.
When I was way young. This was actually before we moved back to Greece.
Skilo. Whoopee. Woonie. Woody. Muru.
Murko. Murko.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greek dog. Murko. So, the next part of this sort of business talk.
Oh, Snacks has 7 cats and just picked up a foster today. Snacks.
Baby.
I mean, if we ever get a dog, we're going to probably lean on you and figure out how is that going to potentially work with kitties.
Could a dog have saved Chris from the wasps at Chow? Well, here's the thing. My opinion is if we had a dog that was trained well enough, if there's like an accident like that and we're living on the property, the dog could then lassie its way back to like the other one of us and be like, woof, woof. And we're like, wait, Chris fell from wasps?
Oh my God. I need to clip that. Bernie in the bottom. Okay, Bernie this is not what you get with a dog.
No, it's come and gone. He's not there anymore.
You do not. I don't know if you guys saw it. I clipped it though on our side, but dogs, you get something like some kind of smarts. Bernie, just dummy.
Yeah,
He's a full
total
dummy. But he's so cute.
All right, so the next thing is that I connected.
Wait, so did we?
There's just these two before we get to the outside of the gala.
Okay, so wait, when we were talking, we connected with Robin, like as a conversation, and then when it was like all like everybody was dancing with Taylor Dane singing that you're going to get to in a bit, we were just all sort of like mingling amongst the people who were all in front of the stage, and we wanted to get a picture with Robin. And so Robin is sitting there and she's like, "Oh, okay. Like, can I get between the two of you for the picture?" Now Belinda is taking the picture. I'm like, yeah, everybody always says that to us. And so like we lean up and take a picture. I think it's a cute picture.
I'm going to show it in a roll.
But yeah, she's so funny. Like she's just that little banter that immediately.
She's remarkable. Absolutely.
And she
love
was
her.
like, yeah, she was just an immediately fun person. Her,
Yes.
Aaron, like new folks who we met this time around, this gala.
Seth.
Seth, yeah, all really fun people, and I hope they go to some of the next ones so that
Totally,
like we can just
totally.
immediately have that connection.
Heidi asked if we ever asked Beth if Helen has zero brain cells too. She does not. Helen does not. From Beth,
Helen probably went to like finishing school. She probably went to like Harvard. Bernie's our little beauty school dropout.
Yeah. Oh, Robin was not there.
No, not Robin Quivers. Robin Quivers was at the 2018-2019 one.
But Robin Quivers was
but
not
she wasn't
at this one. Ross said, "My mom had great Pyrenees for years guarding her goats. After the last one passed away, she didn't get a replacement and she only had 4 goats left. She was only left with 2. Oh, little babies." I connected with
but look, the Pyrenees were protecting the goats.
Yeah.
I think that's the story.
Yeah.
Sad.
I know.
They lost 2 goats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
There's my little brain cell. I followed the story, Rob.
That's sad. I can't go on. I connected with the person in charge
Look at this dummy behind Elias.
of the Muddegree program.
Yeah, this is exciting. You need to do
the
this.
Muddegree program is the woman in charge of this works with state schools to put a dog in the school as like a therapy dog situation, and it's governed by one person who like works with the dog, who takes the dog home, and so on and so forth. And it works that the dog is trained to be able to like do that. They want to introduce a cat program, and they want me to be the like beta tester for what it might be like to have a cat in the classroom. Can you even? So I connected with her, and I have to email her and like set up like a meeting and stuff, but like, yes, please. I don't know the rules. I don't understand how it will work. I can't imagine having to take the cat home. Who's feeding the cat? Are we taking ownership? Are we, co-parenting? What's the deal? It will freak me out. But like, cause I feel like it would be my cat. But
I just want to say this is why Animal League is so remarkable, and why I would give my last dollar to them, because of how innovative they are. Mm-hmm. They were talking in these speeches, and we were just telling these stupid, funny stories that were impactful to us, but there was a much larger theme happening in the show, or in the event, that was like, what is the importance of 80
we haven't
years
even
of
actually
Animal League?
talked one bit about it.
Not one bit. But I want to say that
it's more important that on this here day, we're sharing stories about blowjobs in the bathroom.
Exactly. And hot dog desserts.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is that there was a very important story being told by all the presenters at the event, which really just highlights the importance of Animal League and everything that they do. We mentioned at the start of the stream that they have rescued 1.1 million animals, which is ridiculous. Their facility in Long Island,
No.
on
Their facility on Long Island
is not massive. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But their facility is not massive. It's big, but it's not massive. And the fact that they've been able to rescue 1.1 million animals through the work that they've done is remarkable. But what I want to say more importantly, they are innovative in their field. Bianca's
for
Furry
things
Friends.
like this. Yeah. There's no other place like Bianca's Furry Friends.
Yeah, where it's an open cat environment for them to be comfortable in. There's no other area or shelter that does mud agrees where they adopt dogs out to schools so that they have children who are interacting with the animals, and then another animal is saved. Now remember, when that animal is saved, you make another free spot for another one to be rescued. Brody is from North Shore, said Deb.
And you know where North Shore is?
In Long Island.
On Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah. I bet they helicopter there a lot after using urinals.
I've heard
it's
differently.
All long. Really?
Yeah, Bernie is losing his mind right now, but I've heard differently.
Oh, they don't do it
No,
there.
I don't think they do it at Long Island.
They just salute and then leave.
Yes.
That's what they do.
They do that.
It's classier.
Yeah.
It's classier.
Much classier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey, we helicopter.
Jersey Shore is a lot of helicoptering.
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and the fact that they are inventing these things, one common theme was North Shore Animal League America isn't going to stop until there are no more kill shelters. That's their goal. And I think that's such an amazing goal to have. But ideas of getting dogs out through the Mud Agree program, the idea of getting cats out through a similar program, looking for these different avenues to find homes for animals, it was just totally amazing.
And also
the reason why we love to support them.
Absolutely. And then
we know that many of you guys have supported them too.
Oh, speaking of, this was not on my pre-approved list of stories, but when we earlier in the night, we talked about meeting Beth for the first time that night, and we were saying how she was introducing us to her friend. She was saying to her friend who we are, what we do, whatever. She's like, and they do all this streaming online and they raise all this money for us, and it's just so wonderful. And like in my mind, I'm like, Beth is aware of like us, whatever this is, whatever we're doing,
okay,
talking about helicoptering our penises in the bathroom.
Can you imagine Howard's tier level is like the top of the Empire State Building?
Yeah.
And then like where are we? We're
remember the
like,
dirt you found out that New York
exists
City's
under Manhattan?
Yeah, we are way.
Yeah, we're like the Mariana Trench, like down here. But the fact that Beth is even remotely aware of streaming or doing anything that we're doing is remarkable.
Absolutely blew my mind. And that's a testament to all of you, because any time we've ever done these North Shore
you guys
events,
have come out in droves to support.
Just completely supported, and it's recognized. Bottom line is it's recognized. People love the support. The folks at Animal League are aware. We see many of the things that Animal League does for raising money, and comparatively to any time we ever do anything, it's like a typical amount. It's like a normal sort of awareness of like, okay, we've raised a couple hundred here, and then when we do things here, the amount of support we get, it's like thousands, and it blows our minds, it blows their minds, and it's just everyone is
Beth is raffle picker. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Do we know?
The other thing is Beth was raffle picker. You think she knows Twitch?
I don't know.
She knows we stream. I don't think she understands what Twitch is.
I think Beth is smart. I think she knows what Twitch is.
Perhaps.
Maybe she probably doesn't engage.
Hi, Beth. Just kidding. Beth's going to come in right now as a...
Yeah, and she's going to be like, hold my beer.
We're going to guest stream with Beth.
You know what? Howard is going to come on and he's going to put the handshake emoji.
Oh, God. Way to bring it. So last part, this is not our last story, but our last part of the event was Taylor Dean. Taylor Dean is Tell It to My Heart.
Yeah, she was also, if anybody watched Celebrity RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Wait.
RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race.
Yeah.
She was, well, spoiler. It's a secret drag race thing where you don't know who they are until they're until they're voted out.
No, but she was on that.
You only find that out later.
No, we all knew. No. It's done.
Well, now we know.
Well, yeah, but it's been done. It's been done.
So anyway, she was on that. She is fantastic.
She's the first time. Okay, wait, no. Joan Jett had a full band with her.
Yeah, Joan Jett.
So
was
Joan
it.
Jett was Joan Jett was legit. Like when Joan Jett performed at this, it was remarkable, and she did a pretty big set. Taylor Dane was great. She had she's got some pipes on her. You know, or are you with me?
I'm not. Deb said, I think you're singing the right words, but to the Backstreet Boys melody. You're right. What's the song?
Yeah, I think you're
Jesus, what's the song?
Yeah, no, Deb, I think you're totally right.
And no matter what I say, I feel the same with or without you. That's Backstreet Boys. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I'm 100% wrong. Tell it to my heart. Wait, I just need to hear this. So I'm going to put everyone on mute. Like we're going to mute because I need to just hear this. Can you mute for a sec?
Yeah, because we can't get blocked for audio.
Yeah.
Just tell me when.
Go mute. Yeah. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. No, 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 or just the same.
Okay, so
that song. Oh my God. I can't believe I just did that.
Wow, that was a mashup.
Wow. Maybe they're connected.
Just sampled.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a little video.
Do a mashup.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, no, do it.
That's it.
Okay, she performed.
She had actually a lot of songs. It wasn't just that one.
Yeah, she performed a bunch. It was fun, and she got the crowd up and moving, which was great. We were dancing with Erin and Lisa. We danced with Kathy
Robin.
At some point.
Robin was like nearby. We didn't officially dance with her.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
I'm making a note of a mashup of that. I'm sorry, just because that's pretty wild.
Yeah, do the mashup in chorus.
What is it? Tell it
to
my heart. X. What's the Backstreet Boys song? Now I'm lost. Someone tell me what the song is that I was singing from Backstreet Boys.
My heart is gonna be.
Tell it to my heart, and I'm with you.
Tearing up. And also tongs.
You're tearing up my heart. That's what it is.
Can you also weave tongs in there for Shelly?
No tongs.
Really?
No, it's not I Want You Back either. Oh, wait, is it? No, it's not I Want You Back. But we're all confused. Go, keep going.
So she had backup dancers and everything. She had a whole set, and it was really good. She did a great performance.
It's in sync.
Oh my God. This is a CC.
It's in sync. I was singing an in sync song. Can Elias figure out what song he listened to last night?
Tonight's episode of Can Elias Get It? It's NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, Taylor Deans. Who is it?
Tearing up my heart. No, you're telling up my heart. Yeah, go. Keep going.
So afterwards, Taylor finishes her whole set. She wraps up.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
She was really great. She got the crowd up and moving, and a ton of fun. We went over to talk to Beth for briefly.
She actually can sing, by the way, Taylor Dean.
No, yeah.
I was very surprised. She can sing. She sings well. She does a really good job incorporating singing with the backing track. We know I could figure out where she was singing live, and she was doing that a lot. There were moments where the backing track took over and she would just speak, but she was there. She did it.
Yeah. And so afterwards, she was going to say goodbye to Howard and Beth. And we kind of swooped in at that second. We were like, hey, can we get a picture? And then you're better at this than I am. Cause I'm like, I don't know how to use my phone. And she's like, yeah, just get your phone ready. She
was a little diva.
a little diva.
Because she was right here. And we were like, hey, can we get a picture really quick? And she was like, well, if you get your phone out real quick.
Yeah.
Wait, folks, Tearing Up My Heart. Who sings Tearing Up My Heart? Why is everybody confused about this? We need to figure this out. Tearing
No, that's Adam Lambert.
Up My Heart. Search Apple Music.
Bastet said NSYNC.
It's in sync. Yeah, it is in sync. That's 100% true. You're
Yeah, but then
tearing
you
up
say,
my heart,
but
and
then I
I'm
want
with
you, I want you back. What is
No,
that?
the I want you back. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's the Backstreet Boy song. That I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I want you back.
Yeah,
I think that's
okay.
what it is.
But that's also in sync.
No, that's Backstreet
no, Bastet
Boys.
said it's also in sync. Tell It to My Heart is
I want you
Taylor
back
Dane.
in sync.
Yes, Chrissy. She.
Oh, I Want You Back is in sync. Jesus. Okay. We need to quit while we're ahead.
Mikey's gonna be like, can I have my sub back? Because you guys are
bad.
dumb.
This is bad. Okay, so Taylor Dane performed for us. She sang amazingly well. She's fantastic. She had 4 backup dancers, 2 men, 2 women. They were hot. Every one of them was super hot.
Yeah.
We were all talking about
She's
that.
freaking hot.
She's freaking hot. At one point,
Yeah.
the jacket came off. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, you're hot.
No, exactly. And I was like, listen, I'll be straight for a little bit. It's fine.
Look at this, Chris. Look. He's going to sit right on him. Do you see it? Bernie just sat on Oriole. So after all of that, we left. I don't think there was anything more from that night.
No.
I think we were like, that was pretty much.
No, we said goodbye to Will from Good Morning America.
Yeah.
He's
Will, his
really
boyfriend,
sweet.
they were super, super nice.
Yeah, he's really nice.
And we left. I think that was kind of it. We said, did we say
after
goodbye
we
to
left-
Seth? I don't think we said goodbye to Seth.
No, I think
Said goodbye
he
to
kinda
Lisa.
wrapped. Yeah, we said goodbye to
Said
Lisa.
bye to Kathy.
I feel like we said goodbye to Seth when we helicoptered in the bathroom. with
Yeah.
him.
We didn't do that with him. It was just me, you, and Baba Booey.
Well, you didn't do that with
Well,
him. But
I missed
did.
it.
I did, and it was
Jesus.
like double Dutch. It was crazy in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I could have come in and jumped in the middle of it.
No, yeah, it was double Dutch, and then I was holding his, and he was holding mine, and then Baba Booey came in the middle and was jumping. It was really crazy. You missed it all. I didn't have it on the approved list, so we got to move on from it. But that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wait, 23. This is a little sad story. Will was not the guy from New York Camp Muskrat. The guy you're talking about is Brian Balthazar, who's like an entertainment like the person they
He's like a producer.
but it's like the person they bring
He's
in.
like a producer and like an
What's the
MC.
word? It's like if you have like a show on WPX11 and you get to the entertainment part, they'll bring in him to talk about the entertainment news.
Yeah.
Like whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like an expert,
yeah, but there's a word I'm thinking that we're not coming up.
a purveyor of
associate, like something like that.
yeah.
Anyway, Brian. I reached out to Brian and I was like, hey, like, are you going on Friday? We can't wait to see you. Because this would now be the next time we've seen him since November. And he's like, oh my God, no, like, I'm so sad. I'm not going to be there. No, not Somali, not showrunner.
He's like an executive producer on a lot of shows, but I don't know what
What's
word
the
you're
word,
talking about.
Chris? When you hire someone who is a consultant, that's the word.
Okay.
A consultant.
Yeah.
Or a reporter. Yeah, that works too. Anyway, I reached out to him. He said, we won't be there. Really sad news. So him and his partner have a dog that they adopted from North Shore. And the dog, and they have a property near Camp Muskrat-ish, but not really. It's like in Pennsylvania somewhere, I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's like
where.
over the Delaware, but it's still relatively close
Yeah.
to Camp Muskrat.
And so he said that the dog, who had a really horrific past, is doing so well now. But now the problem is when they leave and they leave the dog alone for a little bit of time, the dog gets really like anxious and like starts barking and just waits for them to get back. And so they're in a position situation where they don't want to go to their apartment in New York City and have the dog like left alone for those few hours to do all of that, because then they don't want the neighbors to get upset and like make the dog feel bad. So they're working through trying to get the dog feeling comfortable in that setting.
That happens.
So,
I mean, yeah, that happens where they get like,
but I love
forget
that.
what
I
it
love
is.
that they would give up something like this to take care of their puppy.
No, I mean, Brian and his husband
So
are both
cute.
amazing people.
So cute.
And I'm not surprised that they would put themselves second for the puppy.
Yeah.
They have 2 puppies now.
Yeah.
So
But
cute.
Augie is the one with the little, he looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, the little eyeballs.
The eyeballs. I love. It's a little
Separation anxiety. That's what I was looking for, Corey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then after that, now the gala has wrapped.
Okay, so all of those stories, we have
But
one,
wait,
two, three, four
one
more
thing.
stories.
After
Go
we
ahead.
were leaving in the elevator, we met this really 2
Oh my
older
God,
women who were
yes.
so cute.
Yes.
And she had a brooch on that was a cat playing with a ball. She was wearing this like lovely
It's like a wool.
it was like a blouse, but it
Yeah.
had like a lot of like frills on it.
I think it was wool. Like, I was
was-
a little confused by
I
the
don't
wool.
think it was wool.
Oh,
I think it was like sheer doily.
yeah, crochet. Yeah.
It was
No, Mikey, none of this was the after.
no.
party
This
at
was the
point.
regular party, Mikey.
We had literally a crazy time at this
Yeah.
party.
So we're in the elevator. I'm like, oh my God, I love your brooch. It was so weird that immediately we have 7 cats that we rescued, blah, blah, blah. Immediately went to, oh my God, we have 2 older cats. And I was like,
A 15 and a 19-year-old.
and I was like, I love that. I love how like Beth has really made senior cat adoption mainstream.
You're like seniors for seniors.
I didn't say that.
I'm kidding.
And so she's like, and we've seen such a change in her because
She was like,
she's
we got this new drug.
It's called
like
Silencia.
And Chris was
I was like, oh my God. And so
Yeah.
we went immediately. We were like best friends with them in this elevator ride. We stepped off the elevator and we were in sort of like the exiting lobby.
that's
and
where all the bags were with the wine. And I'm just like, whoosh.
yeah, Elias is scooping up wine. I'm talking about Silencia and biologics in the lobby with her.
And then what her wife was like, all right, like,
Yeah.
Linda, let's
she's
go.
like-
Let's go, Linda.
But she was wonderful.
She was so nice. They were both of them were super, super
And
nice.
then we wrapped the event and we left, and it was like immediately after that, it's so weird because it's like it's so hyped. And then we're walking down like the sidewalk in New York, and it's like that immediate like decompression
Yeah.
of like, okay, now it's with us, and it's like
let's talk.
yeah.
You know,
It's a crazy feeling.
it's totally a crazy feeling, and it's so much fun. So much fun. That word, by the way, Paul, we're doing a thing with Silencia, like an ad that we're working on, and we have to say that word once. We learned that just the other day. I didn't know that was the official name of it.
the active ingredient, the drug name.
Frunevitamab.
The generic name.
Yeah. So then at this point now, yes. The
Now,
event
listen.
is over. Everyone is moving on from it. Me and Chris are both coming off of our high. We've accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish.
Now, I wanna say-
and more.
Hotel wise, parking wise, I was the rock star.
You were incredible.
I got
We
a
were
really
3
good
minutes away
deal on
from
a
the
hotel, a really nice hotel. A really good deal on it. Literally 1 block away.
Yeah, 3 minutes
And
away.
then 1 block from that was our parking for the car.
And the parking wasn't like a multi-level parking. It was just a flat lot,
Yeah,
which meant
it
our
was
car
great.
was just right there.
Yeah.
So then we get back to the hotel.
Now we're in our after party,
Yes.
Mikey.
Now it's after our after party. We walk to the hotel. We put the things down. We're only on the 3rd floor, so we're fine. We put our things down, and then we want to go get Impossible Burgers. This is like the thing we were looking forward to the whole day. Going back upstairs. Forget this little rabbit food that we had with the
polenta
polenta.
is not going to fill us, and even a Vienna sausage ice cream.
I mean, it'll fill you, but it won't fill you.
Yeah.
So then we went upstairs to the rooftop bar.
Not after all the dancing we did. Dancing, schmoozing, talking, walking. Like, milk does a body good after that. That's it.
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that. We went to the rooftop bar. we're gonna sit and we're like excited, and then we notice like there's a vibe and like there's no food anywhere. And Chris is like, do you have any food still? And they're like, no, the kitchen closed already. We're like, what do we do? What are we gonna eat? Where are we gonna go?
Now, before the event, because we got into the city early on, we had a chance to go to like the rooftop bar, so we knew it was really cute. They had amazing French fries there.
The best French fries.
The shoestring fries were so good, and we had a drink before we went to the event. So it was like we were looking forward to it. But then when the kitchen was closed, it was like, oh my God. Third floor, it wasn't a hotel or a motel, Mikey. It was like a little.
Oh no, it was a very fancy hotel. It was very nice.
It was like a boutique hotel in New York.
Not
so it was
big. The rooms were not big, but it was very well put together.
It was really nice, and they had like a bunch of. It was very like hipster.
Yeah, I would say hipster for sure.
Yeah.
So there was also, speaking of hipster, a speakeasy underneath. So you kind of walk by, you don't realize it's like a thing until you. It's not like a speakeasy where like you pull up, a book in the library and then the bookshelf opens up. But we went there to see if there was like a, we can get a drink. We sit down. It's really nicely. It's so cute in there. And me and Chris sat really close to a couple, well, a man and a woman that were next to us. And I'm just like, my ears are perked up because he was like, and then my son and his boyfriend, this and whatever. And I'm like, ooh, what are they going to say? So it was a funny story and I love this guy because he was so supportive of his son. And like, this is what matters. Like, this is such an important moment in it all, where this fairly young father is so supportive of his gay son. And ultimately it was a story of like how his son was going to college and his son had an opportunity to fill out a form to like have a queer roommate. So they had like a program at the school where if you identify as LGBTQ and you want a roommate who also identifies as LGBTQ, you can do that to make yourselves all feel more comfortable. And the woman he's talking to is kind of like, yeah. And I'm looking at Chris. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is not going well. Whatever this is. I thought it was a first date. Yeah, but we found out later we're friends. And he was like, yeah, and then
I think friends, one directional friends.
I think so.
Like,
I'm sad. I think he wanted to be with her.
I think so.
But I just felt so sad for him because I don't think it worked out. She bounced. You saw that? At one moment, she just left. And I was talking to him, but he was super nice. And he was like, the problem was the gist of this story is that the conflict here was that his son did that, where he applied the thing and he got a queer roommate. And then later on, the roommates got together.
Yeah. What do you think about that? So I'm curious because I love that idea that college can give that option. Yeah. I feel like that's great. And that definitely makes you feel more comfortable. Like, okay, like we're both gay, so it's fine. But then I feel like at the same time, then is it creating just opportunity for lots of sex?
Yeah, I mean, perhaps, but I don't think that's bad.
No, I don't think it's bad.
I think it's fine. I think it's okay, and everyone gets an opportunity to be with people that are very much like themselves. And I think that the majority of time, most of it is going to be like friendship, and I think that's going to be very memorable for them. And I think it definitely feels comfortable. Like, I think going to bed at night, I don't think these people are going to worry that they're going to be beat up in the middle of the night. And I think that's most important out of it all.
Yeah.
And in the circumstance that they get to sleep together, great.
Yeah, everybody's doing that in college anyway.
We did that in our Apple Store job.
Yeah.
It's like a co-ed dorm rooms. Yeah.
Do they have co-ed dorms?
Yeah, I think some colleges do, for sure.
Yeah.
I just read a book where the two guys cruised each other and thought that they would meet up the next day. Then before they met up, they found out that they were going to be roommates. So no meeting up. Oh. So yeah, that happened. And that was a funny little moment. He was super nice. And I sort of interjected at some point. I was like,
yeah, we were kind of like, it was like just became for a short bit of time, it was like the four of us just all sort of
I'm like,
gabbing.
I had to be a part of this. This is like, this is too much. And the guy was super nice. And that was that. We did not get any food though. So we left and we're like, all right, let's change out of our clothes. We need to go and figure out what the hell
no,
we're gonna eat.
Elias was like, but we look so cute in our suits. And I'm like, no, immediately.
Well,
Marie shirt.
the woman who was there, she was like, where are you all coming from that you look so handsome? And we're like, oh, came from this gala. Excuse me.
But then I was like, I would have rather her said, I love Mareep too with my Mareep shirt. That would have been more meaningful to me.
But she never even saw you in your Mareep shirt. She had to go to her friend's party and she was really leading him on. I said this to Chris. She told us she had met this guy because she's going to a party uptown. We were downtown. She's going to a party uptown and she didn't want to go early. So she, being from downtown, wanted to just get a drink with someone. So she shows up fashionably late, but she didn't want to do it alone. So she like invited this guy, but it was pretty clear the guy was into her and I felt really bad.
I thought he was into her,
you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think she maybe realizes that she was leading him on. And I felt really bad because I think she was
doesn't
so
really owe
uninterested.
him though anything.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
You know, it just confused me. The whole thing was weird, but I loved meeting them. They were very nice. Sia's daughter had co-ed dorms in the University of Texas in 1980.
Wow.
So then we left.
Yeah. So we got the speakeasy drink. Kitchen's closed.
We need food. And we're in New York.
Yeah, we need food. And Eliza's like, no, everything is going to be closed. I'm like, no. Somebody is eating somewhere in New York.
Yeah.
You were ready. You were like, let's go back to the hotel room and eat our rotten sandwiches from the morning. And I'm like, no. Because
food's there.
I said, no, I'm getting pizza in New York City right now.
So we had to look for pizza. So then I'm sitting there looking for pizza online.
Yeah. Something is always open. Like this crazy. Exactly. Paul, 23, it's insane that he even entertained that there was not going to be any possibility of food anywhere in New York City. Like, give me a break.
I look for pizza. This place is well reviewed. It's open, which is not closing soon, but open. And I'm like, all right, well, let's walk there. It was about 10 minutes away. We walk there. The most delicious pizza I think I've ever had in my life. And I hate to say that because I do genuinely think New Jersey pizza is like really up there. Deb and Steve, I think you both think that New York pizza is it. But I think this pizza really did deliver. Absolutely deliver.
I want to say at that time, after those circumstances, after the walk to find pizza and the Deb, I'm going to delete that clip after the stream. You better save that clip, Deb.
Clip that for posterity.
Yeah, she's making.
She needs to know that it
is
exists.
Building her case right now.
Yeah,
Deb,
that's evidence.
You better.
She's in Discovery. That's Discovery right there. Maybe Pizza Rat got all the food. Oh my God, I'm dead.
Deb, Steve, you guys are hysterical. I love you guys.
Taste Ted, welcome, or Tasted. I don't know how you say it, but welcome to Airstreamers.
Ted. Thank you.
Chris, I have to go pee really bad, so I'm going to go do that while you continue telling your story.
Okay, so we go to Elias said John's Pizza, but it was actually Joe's Pizza.
Well, I said it in the video that I posted that we're going to watch.
It's like a little hole in the wall pizza place. There's a bunch of them in the city. And so we go up to this little walk up and I get in line. We got in at a perfect time because the line kind of formed behind us. But there was somebody who was at the register. She was like either completely wasted or totally high. She's ordering her pizza, but she's talking to the person who's taking her order about ingredients, how much she loves pizza, the existential crisis between cheese and sauce. Like, I don't know what path she was going down when she was ordering her pizza, but the person who was taking her order was way over it. I went up and I was like, hey, I want a couple of slices of pizza. He put it in a box and it was like done. And I went out, raisin. You're shaking the camera. He thinks he's eating. Raisin. Raisin, don't topple that. We went after that. Oh my God, and Smoriel's here. Smoriel, thank you, my little co-host. Oh my God, Smoriel. I didn't even recognize you, Smoriel. Thank you so much for being here with me. Oh my God, my little co-host. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oriel, what do you think? How did everybody talked about you at the host or at the event? So got the pizza super quickly, which was great. And we scarfed it down. It was absolutely delicious. It was like so perfect in that moment.
Perfect.
It's like this pizza god like lowered this pizza from heaven right in that exact moment. And we were like, this is exactly the food that we need in this moment right here.
Perfect.
Now.
Oh my God, it was so good. Then I was like, oh, gay bar. Let's go to a gay bar around us. So I Googled gay bar. The Stonewall Inn, where, the first brick was thrown, was 10 minutes away. So we went 10 minutes, walked to the Stonewall Inn, had a great time. We were there for only maybe, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. It wasn't like too big. I mean, listen, we're like old.
Yeah.
Volume is, our ears are sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay,
talk about helicoptering at a urinal.
What?
There were bulges out everywhere. Talk about moose knuckles.
Oh, yeah, but I think like intended. There's a difference when it's intended versus not.
It was intended. I mean, if you're wearing boy briefs, it's intended.
Yeah. Townhouse Bar was always a good time, said Mikey. I've never been, but next to Stonewall was another bar, Duplex, I think
it was Duplex, yeah.
And I heard a woman behind us talking. She was like, oh my God, I want to go to Duplex.
But it was really fun because we were at Stonewall. There was a drag queen who was performing.
Yeah.
Really fun. There was somebody who was celebrating their 22nd birthday and she was by, and it was like just really cute because like I remember those times and I hate to be kind of like,
no, I know.
I remember when that happened, but it was just really.
I felt very emotional in this moment because I felt like this place is inclusive of the most marginalized people in the country. And yet everyone was having a good time. Everyone was loving. Everyone
bouncer let you in.
Well, yeah, but I didn't have my driver's license with me. I didn't realize like I would have needed it. I thought I was like old enough. And he was like, do you have your ID? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I don't. But we walked far to get here. And he was like, well, do you have a picture of your ID?
No, I said, does the gray hair count?
Yeah. And he said no.
But he said, do you have a picture of your ID?
Yeah. And then when I looked at my phone, I remembered that one time I took a picture of my driver's license and I labeled the photo file driver's license. So I just searched driver's license and it popped up right away. Bing, bang, boom. And he showed it and I showed it and he let me in. It was great. But again, full of love, full of joy. Everyone was having a good time. And then when she was dancing for her 22nd birthday, the drag queen was talking with her and like, oh, happy birthday. The drag queen was fun. She was like, do you like men or women? She was like, I like both. And she was like, thank you so much for being here. Literally full of kindness. We just felt I felt so joyful being there. This is what matters. At the end of the day, all of the shit we all go through in these moments, this girl will forever be a stan of queer culture. She will fight for her rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all because of an elderly drag queen who just was kind to her.
Yeah, it was great.
It was phenomenal.
Any assless chaps? Not that I saw many boy shorts. One of the bartenders.
Yeah, one of the bartenders had
boy shorts.
Boy shorts, sure. Really tight boy shorts. And if you don't know the story of Stonewall, I mean, just long story short, that was the moment where it was a bar where gay men and lesbian women would go to without. No one would advertise that it was a gay bar, but they would go there just to connect and feel protected before it was legal and to be out in the world. And then the cops came and did a raid to, they were like, oh, we're going to get them. We're going to get them. And they went in to raid this place because they were like, oh, that's just free reign to get all these gay men and women and just arrest them because they're doing something illegal. And instead of being arrested, all the people in the bar that night, and especially the black trans women, they stood up and formed a line and basically said, absolutely not.
Marsha literally died.
Marsha P. Johnson. I don't know the exact
that?
story, but I think she was involved in that sequence of events, whether it was that night or like the day later.
But that was an important,
turning point where they all just stood up and said, absolutely not. We will not be taken from you. We will not let this happen. And very quickly things changed. So that day is where the actual Pride movement started. That happened in June. That is why we celebrate June. That's why we celebrate Pride in June. And it's wild to think that in 2024 we go there, it's still there, people are still having fun, memories are still being made.
It was a ton of fun. And I don't know how that happened because that was not planned. None of this was planned, but the fact that happened the same night that Animal League happened is insane. A total mishmash of like what's important to us.
It was 1968 or 1969, I think, that the Stonewall. Wait, 50 years was a couple of years ago. So what would 50 years ago be?
The 70s.
Let's look that up. Stonewall in Pride.
23 said 69.
1969, yeah. Yeah, it was 1969 that it happened in. We thank everyone who stood up for us, and
that's why we're married.
That's why we're married from that day, from whatever happened in 1969 to now. Next, while we're frozen. What happened? That's a weird position for me to be frozen in.
Let me try this.
Frozen. There we go. So while we were there was a pool table that was covered with a leather wrap around it, and it kind of functioned as a table. And there was a gay man who was dancing with a woman, and they were just so fun to watch. And the whole time that we were watching them, it was just perfectly gay culture in this moment. There were fans and click clacks and voguing involved. It was just so wonderful.
Oh my god, the fan with Taylor Danes. We didn't talk about that. Didn't talk about
it. Well, Taylor Dane had a fan blowing in her face.
Blowing, and it was like so Beyonce, the whole performance. It was amazing.
I want a fan at all times.
I want a fan to follow me.
Chris,
should we have a fan while we're on here and just be like,
with our long hair?
Well, we'll grow it out.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. There was the man who was dancing, and there was some spilled liquid on the top of this table, and me and Chris were fairly close to this, and the fan hit some of the liquid. So when he clacked the fan, some of the liquid got on Chris's legs, and Chris is like, oh my god, I'm burning, I'm melting. That's what Chris did. And this man left later on.
Steve, there is. We can put some to Discord.
And we have, I'm going to show you a video that you'll see too in a little bit. Wigs and fans for next stream. So we left. We had a great time at Stonewall. We're walking back home, but right next door was this the gay bar, Duplex. And I was just looking inside saying to Chris, like, should we get another drink like there? And then the man with the fan was outside, and he sees us, and we're both wearing, I haven't changed the shirt in like 2 days. This is my Kirby shirt, and Chris
I was wearing my Mareep shirt.
Yeah, both purple. He's looking at us. He's like, oh, the purple crowd. I love purple, whatever. Super wonderful. He was really nice. He was like, my name's Galsum. I'm like, what is it? He's like, Galsum. I'm from the Philippines. Like the SIM card, Galsum. Galsum was amazing.
What is a Galsum SIM card?
SIM.
Oh, Galsim.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a brand of SIM cards.
No, Galsum, like SIM card.
Oh, okay. His last name was Galsum. I don't know what his first name.
No, we don't know anything about him other than Galsum.
Galsum. Okay. FO. If you have a job, somebody who lives in New York City whose last name is Galsum, he's gay, he's from the Philippines, and I think his first name starts with an E. It's like Eric or something.
How do you know that?
Because he told us our name. You said you were Elias. I said I was Chris. We had this
He
whole
said,
exchange.
and I'm Galsim.
No, he said I'm Eric Galsum, like the SIM card.
Okay, I missed that part of it, but he was wonderful. We had like a 15-minute combo with him. We just laughed and loved, and it was such a great time. And what did we say when we were leaving? We started using the word galsum as a verb. We got galsumed. That was so funny. I don't even know what it was.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know.
I
I think it was because like he was just like
amazing.
it was random.
Yeah. So then we're walking back home, and the last story of my night. And we're cleared.
Did we? Oh, it was only took us 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. But the last story of the night is the mailbox and Talk Talk. I was telling Chris how there's this wonderful song from Charlie XCX called Talk Talk that's all over the internet. I was playing it on my phone as we're walking alone down this this avenue, trying to get back to where we were home. We're dancing, we're singing, we're loving it. This is great.
Alicia.
And then Chris finds this mailbox and is obsessing over this mailbox that has no entry point whatsoever.
Nothing.
And we've learned through Paul and someone else on the internet that this is where...
And also Charlie Boy. Did you see Charlie Boy wrote about it?
No, I'm confused
relay.
about Charlie Boy's relay thing.
It's a drop-off, like a relay.
Where does someone access
Where is the body? I think it's in the front. Yeah, 23. Charlie knew.
There is no way that's an accessible thing.
No, I think that it is. Oh, the muskrats are rioting.
I've never seen them before.
I don't think I've ever seen him, Paul.
So then we get back home to the hotel, brush our teeth, get changed, go to bed, end of the night. We did it. 19 stories down. Congrats.
I think we did it.
Yeah. And now there's a little video I posted this video. Many of you may have seen this. I decided instead of making a proper sideways Airstreamers video that I was going to make an Instagram like upwards video. So this is going to be an upwards video.
Can you give Raisin Muskrat love up there? Bastet asked for Muskrat love. Raisin, you're never up there. Wait, do I have a video camera of that? Give Raisin Muskrat love. He deserves it. Give him what he deserves. Oh, Raisin.
Did we do it?
I got it.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, they are intrapostal transfer boxes, the relays. I've heard of that too. Okay, so
we're gonna Bastet asked for the Queen.
Yeah, we'll get her. Yeah, we'll get her. Let's just watch this video and you may have already seen this. If you have not, this is for you. Here we go. This has been a super successful night. We went to the Animal League Gala.
Here we go. Leaving New Jersey. Propane tanks. Smell like farts? Leave them in Jersey. All right, pay your bills. How many tiles did it take to finish the Lincoln Tunnel?
1. Looking sexy. Look how handsome.
I want to follow a Boo ice cream related story.
We went to Stonewall. We got some John's Pizza. Are you happy?
How could there ever be a mailbox without a freaking entrance? This is crazy. What do you think?
I don't care. And now we're heading back to the hotel and enjoy the night. Bye. I still don't understand how that box opens. There's no way that box opens.
I don't know. I think you have to cut it. I think it's disposable. You cut it open.
No, I think there's a series
get
of
rid of the other ones.
Of things underneath, like a manhole that you go under, and then like you pop your head up into it. I think that's what it is.
Phil,
So.
Phil, 23. I don't care. Listen, I cared in that moment, and still to this day, I care about the interpostal transfer boxes.
Thanks, Kitty San. Who just said that? Jay said, oh no. Bastet said, I just noticed that it actually says relay mail on it.
Paul
And Paul online said that it's a KGB spy device. I saw that, or a dead drop. Great content, but as a videographer, phone video shots and horizontal are triggering, said OPC.
Sorry, Steve.
No, but I made
it
it
was
with the intention of posting online.
Yes.
Like on Instagram.
I got
That's what it was.
directional direction from Elias, the director.
I said right before anything started, I said, I think my intention is to make a video for Instagram, not sideways. So anything I ask you to record, you need to do it upright. Chris gave up at one point. He was like, I'm not filming anymore because you're.
No, yeah, I don't work well under pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not even union. So like, yeah.
We were driving in. I'm like, quick, get that. He's like, wait. Swipe. I'm like, no, just press the button from the front, you know? So thanks, 23. The night we're done. We'd gone through every
Kathy
single
asked
video.
how many days left before summer vacation? 4.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday is a full day. Tuesday is a full day. Wednesday is a full day for me. Half day for the students. Thursday is graduation. So after Thursday night or on Thursday night, I will say.
You'll have to wait and find out. What will you say? I don't
I
know.
have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're never going to know until Thursday.
I wonder if I could do it in the same pitch.
I
think I have it in my head.
I know it. I know the pitch. Can you get Eloise? And,
Yes.
And on that, no, I'm going to ask Bentley. I'm going to tell, let me see, what can we ask Bentley tonight? Bentley.
Hi, Bernie.
Hang on, I'm just asking Bentley a couple questions.
Okay, just show her.
Yeah, she's shown.
I just want to see what we're seeing.
Look at little Eloise. Okay, Bentley has some thoughts on last night's event.
Eloise, I love you so much. You slept with me in my nap earlier, Eloise.
Eloise, look at this little muskrat. Bentley will help us summarize. Okay, Paul, tell me about mailboxes. I will. Who do you want to ask, Paul?
I just love her so much.
She's so cute.
Okay.
Let's see what Bentley said about the night last night.
What do I think? Well, good for them, I suppose. A gala, you say, while they're gallivanting about with the likes of Taylor Dane and Rachel Ray. I'm just here trying to get a decent nap. Fancy events aren't really my style. I'm sure they had a grand time sipping on their bubbly and rubbing elbows with celebrities. Meanwhile, I'm maintaining the true dignity of this household by avoiding all the ruckus and trying not to get trampled by Bernie, who's probably lost again. But to be fair, it's for a good cause. The North Shore Animal League does admirable work. I suppose I can tolerate one less night with my dads for that. Just as long as they don't bring home any more cats. We've got enough characters in this house already. Crikey, just give me a quiet corner and let me be.
Wait, how does he know that? How does he know that they were there?
Amazing! Good job, Bentley.
I'm like actually confused.
Yeah, listen, you need to know my secrets.
That's insane.
Some upgrades.
That's very cool.
Bentley, thank you. What a great summary of the night. It's all
Perfect.
for a good cause, but he doesn't have any interest. And then everybody's going
What is
nuts.
going on? This is chaos.
All right. Well, what do you think? Is it a wrap?
I think it's a wrap. Wait, no. Paul redeemed the thing about the mailboxes.
Yeah, but what does Paul want to? Who does he want to ask it to?
A muskrat going in. No. Go up. See if he responded. Did he respond? Eloise. Ask Eloise about
Relay mailboxes.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is how we're gonna. This is on point. This is how we're gonna end the night. This is how we ended our night last night. We're gonna end it with mailboxes. So the question for Eloise is, what is the purpose of relay mailboxes? Paul, no, this is perfect. We ended the 80th anniversary of Animal League and all the important work they did with last night with relay mailboxes, and we're going to do the same with you, and it's with Eloise this time. So let's see what she says.
Darling, relay mailboxes are like the butlers of the mail world. Imagine you've got mail that needs to travel across various towns or cities. It can't just hop on a plane and arrive at its destination all by itself. Oh no, it needs a little help along the way. That's where these fabulous relay mailboxes come in. They serve as intermediate stops where mail gets picked up, sorted, and then sent on its merry way to the next stop until it finally reaches its destination. It's like a relay race, but instead of passing a baton, they're passing envelopes.
That's what Charlie Boy said.
Just think of all the catnip orders and fancy tiaras I could get delivered with such a seamless system. It ensures that everything runs smoothly, efficiently, and on time.
Amazing.
Now, if only it worked for getting Raisin to stop hogging the best napping spots.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
What a night.
What a night.
This was a great experience. And next week, we will hopefully be streaming 3 days. Yeah, I think we will be able to.
Yeah, why can't we?
Because I'm thinking of my schedule with graduation. It shouldn't impact
it's Thursday.
anything. Yeah, I think we'll be back to normal next week because it's been 2 weeks now that we haven't had a full 3 stream. So this was amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. Bottom line is all of y'all were wrong. We got through 18, 19 stories.
100%. We proved you wrong. We stayed on for 43 minutes longer.
Yeah.
And we got through all the stories. Phil, thank you for hanging with us tonight.
Everyone, thank you for being here. You're amazing. We love y'all so much, and we do this because of you, and we love y'all, and we will see you again. I want to say,
Tuesday. 2 amazing nights in a row.
Yeah.
Animal League and all of the fun stuff last night with you, and now an amazing night with our community, reliving it. Thank you guys for hanging with us. So much fun tonight.
And thanks, Deb, for reminding me to make a list, because this helped. We did it.
Listen,
you know, the cats are gonna eat us.
Yeah,
so we gotta go.
They're going nuts.
Okay, bye everyone.
We're in shake land.
Thanks
right
for tuning
now.
in to another episode of Airstreamers. See ya.
Bye everyone.
Bye.